Spain on 3 points. They're in action tonight away to Portugal, and Belgium have lost their first two games. Chelsea's Hannah Hampton keeps her place in goal for England. Lucy Bronze at right back wins her 130th cap for her country tonight. She moves alongside Casey Stoney on that number, joint fifth in the all-time list of caps. Both sets of players take the knee. Our referee is from Spain, Marta Huerta de Arza. She blows the whistle to start the game. England playing from left to right in the first half, if you know Ashton Gate. So they're shooting towards the south stand. Long ball driven forward by Millie Bright from centre-back, clears everyone and goes behind for a goal kick to Belgium. So Lucy Bronze at right back. Niamh Charles wins her 21st cap at left back. Leah Williamson, the skipper, alongside Millie Bright. Williamson scored 2 of her 5 England goals in a 6-1 win against Belgium at this very stadium back in February 2023. Grace Clinton wins only her 8th cap tonight alongside Kira Walsh and Ella Toone in the midfield three. Beth Mead wide right. Lauren James, supremely talented on the left-hand side for England, and Alessia Russo once again this season in fabulous goal-scoring form. She starts through the middle. Lucy Bronze's ball finds Russo, back to goal, 25 yards out, couple of touches, lays it off to Niamh Charles, and Niamh Charles quickly hits a low pass to get Lauren James involved in the game. Up against Jill Janssens, looking for the little 1-2 there with Toone. Sliding challenge comes in, and it goes behind for an early England corner. That is a positive start, Karen, by the home team.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of really positive energy about getting forward, getting into good areas, getting Lauren James on the ball nice and early. But I think what was interesting, straight away, Belgium went long on their first goal kick. They're absolutely taking no risks playing out tonight.
0-0 at Ashton Gate. England's women against Belgium here. Corner comes in from the left-hand side, headed clear of that Belgian penalty area, but the ball is still around the edge of the box. Dangerous cross comes into the far post. Millie Bright was trying to get on the end of it, went past her. Last touch of a Belgian defender, and it goes behind for another corner. 8 o'clock kickoff in the championship tonight as well. Very early goal in this one. Adam Cottier's watching Blackburn-Middlesbrough.
Yeah, Middlesbrough have scored in the first 90 seconds here. Tommy Conway with it. The ball fed forward. He breezed away from his marker, and on his left foot he slotted it past Ainsley Pears. Blackburn Rovers 0, Middlesbrough 1.
Another England corner comes low in towards the near post area. Millie Bright is making a nuisance of herself again. It is blocked. It's gone behind for another corner. Let's check in on Scotland-Germany in the Women's Nations League tonight. Kicked off at 7:35. Gavin Wallace.
Yeah, Ali, 26 minutes on the clock. Scotland 0, Germany 2. That second goal coming a couple of minutes ago. Jill Brand down this right-hand side, put a ball into that corridor of doubt, and unfortunately Sophie Howard slid in and put it into the back of her net. Scotland 0, Germany 2.
Sharp intake of breath at Ashton Gate from the commentator here, because England were at the short corner there, and Lauren James with a really teasing ball, Karen Bardsley into the far post. There just wasn't an England player there making the run to get on the end of it, but a real early threat from the set piece.
Absolutely. I mean, she just glides so easily into that space. Belgium really need to do a better job of getting pressure on her, but she puts a delightful ball into the areas, curving away from the goalkeeper. And I think as a goalkeeper, it's always a bit concerning when it goes to that many bodies, because anything can happen.
Right, Belgium, first real possession of the game for them. Janssens drives a long ball down the right-hand side. England are chasing hard here. Lucy Bronze tries to get a block on the ball. Foot in there from Niamh Charles, and it goes behind for Belgium's first corner of the evening. The big miss for them tonight. Record goal scorer. I was looking forward to watching her play as well live tonight. Tessa Woolard of Inter Milan, unavailable. So 3 changes from the side that last played in a home defeat against Portugal, and I'll run you through their starting 11 in just a second. They're in the dark red shirts, the black shorts, the red socks, and last time out they beat England in the Nations League in Belgium by 3-2. Driven corner into the edge of the 6-yard box. Millie Bright volleys it away. Taloba is there. Miriam Taloba plays the ball back towards the halfway line. Jill Janssens in her pink boots is going to use the goalkeeper, Nikki Everard of PSV Eindhoven. She's all in green. She's almost up by the halfway line herself. Isabel Iliano at centre-back has come into this team tonight. Belgium starting with the 3 centre-backs and flooding the midfield. Niamh Charles reads that ball forward, intercepts it well, just short of the halfway line. Excitement levels rise from the England fans. Slips the ball in field here to Ella Toone. She fizzes a low pass out to the right to Bronze. Bronze exchanges little 1-2 with Beth Mead, gets her first touch of the night. Toon tries to just flick it round the corner. That one's intercepted. And here's Missy Poe in midfield for Belgium, chased hard by Toon and Beth Mead. They get the tackle in, and it goes out for the Belgian throw. So Nikki Evra is the goalkeeper for Belgium. Just before I run you through the team, half-time, Women's Nations League tonight. Wales at home to Denmark. Molly Stevens.
Level at the Cardiff City Stadium. 1-1. Sinja Brun scored from the visitors' first shot on target. But the Danes will rue not scoring more of their very many chances when Wales looked fragile and Denmark were dominating in every area. They could be 3 or 4 up alley. Wales have grown into this game, pressing more intensely, and were rewarded for their resilience through Kerry Holland scoring the equaliser. We've got a great game on our hands here. Wales won, Denmark won at half-time.
So make sure you have a listen to the second half if you don't fancy the commentary on this one, on Wales-Denmark. Commentary available via the BBC Sport website and app. It is Champions Cup Rugby, European Champions Cup Rugby on Sports Extra tonight. That is Northampton against Claremont. This is England against Belgium at Ashton Gate. Brisk breeze blowing around the stands inside the stadium. Russo is chasing a pass down the left-hand side. Iliano clears. Belgium, I think, have kept that in play. Knocked forward here and chested down, but Charles immediately snaps into a challenge. Then England lose it just inside the Belgian half. Charles scurries back to win it again. Passes back to Millie Bright, and Millie Bright across to Leah Williamson, and England again look to take control. And when they do that, Kira Walsh is often running operations from the base of central midfield. Charles tries to turn away from Taloba on the halfway line, tackled, and actually that goes out for a throw-in to Belgium. So early thoughts, Karen Barsley, on what you've seen so far?
Yeah, you know, I think Belgium are trying to play. They're going to work their way into the game, I think, just going to explore some spaces and see where they get some joy. But I'm surprised to see the confidence, to be honest. And actually, why shouldn't they be confident?
Here's Millie Bright, controls the ball inside her own half on the left. Leah Williamson's there in support. Belgium not bothering with putting the pressure on just yet. So Hannah Hampton gets a touch. She's all in bright yellow, the England goalkeeper. Grace Clinton gets on the ball. Dark hair tied back in a tight bun this evening. Kira Walsh side foots a pass to Williamson in the bright orange boots. Forward to Beth Mead, who'd come infield there, and then Walsh floats one over the top. Chested down by Clinton, tries to lay it into the path of Bronze, just behind her. And it's gone out for a throw into Belgium. I'm finally going to get through this Belgium team once and for all. Nikki Evra is the goalkeeper. The 3 centre-backs, Amber Tiziak of West Ham, Isabel Iliano and Janice Kamen. The captain winning 158th cap, plays a club football for Leicester. Bronze intercepts from the throw. England looking for Russo. Iliano is there for Belgium. Bronze shuts that down, blocks the clearance, and it goes out for a throw. Jill Janssens is the right-sided wing-back. Davina Filtjens of Sassuolo is on the left-hand side. Jana Turlings, Justin van Havermaet and Cassandra Missipo in central midfield, and then Mariam Taloba and Hannah Erlings up front for Belgium. England 0, Belgium 0. Another goal at Ewood Park. Adam Cottier.
Middlesbrough are 2-0 ahead here inside 8 minutes. This time Samuel Illing Jr. with a right-footed shot from just outside the box that deflected past the keeper. Boos from the home fans. Joy for Borough. They lead 2-0.
Yeah, Middlesbrough with a win tonight will take themselves to 60 points and move into the top 6 in the championship. Van Havermaet wanted that ball to run and drift over the dead ball line. Lucy Bronze again, just relentless energy, chasing and chasing, made sure she couldn't do that. England have won themselves another corner. That, Karen, I think is a 4th or 5th corner already in the first 10 minutes of the game for England. Encouraging
signs of things to come for sure, but we saw that competitiveness, you know, from Lucy Bronze in the League Cup final against Manchester City when she was playing at Chelsea. And I mean, she's on the floor half the time and she's fighting that battle and gets hold of it, and it leads to a goal.
Corner in from me, good delivery, and the run was made by Bronze to the near post. Glancing header is wide of the target and goes behind for the goal kick. Fantastic interview with Lucy Bronze and Lauren James on the Women's Football Weekly on the Football Daily feed on the BBC Sounds app this week. And Lucy Bronze, it came through loud and clear just how much she drives the standards in training, on the pitch, off the pitch for this England team. I know Serena Wiegman feels they are very lucky to have her, and Lauren James was saying just how Lucy Bronze has sort of taken her under her wing as soon as she came into this England squad. Clinton wins it for England inside her own half. We're coming up to 10 minutes played at Ashton Gate. England 0, Belgium 0. Millie Bright, right-footed pass, side-footed, across to Williamson. Short ball forward to Walsh, just gives it straight back to her. Walsh gets it again, sees Bronze in space on the right, about 5 yards in from the right-hand touchline. You can see the rugby markings actually on the pitch here at Ashton Gate as Williamson curls a lovely ball into space down the right-hand side. Russo's made a good run. Toon is waiting in the middle. Russo takes a touch, heads for the byline, hits the cross, and Iliano had time to close the space down, blocks it. Yet another corner for England.
What I really liked about that spell of possession was the patient build-up. You can see that England are enticing. There's a back five for Belgium, enticing the two wing backs out. And then as soon as they come out, that space is there and they look to execute, and Lucy Bronze is on her way. I think that's going to be a target area all night for England.
So corner to come in from the right-hand side. Beth Mead will take it, number 7 on her back. All the players tonight wearing the black armbands in memory of young Poppy Atkinson. Driven corner again into that near post and nearly forced over the line by Millie Bright. It was Leah Williamson, the skipper, who got the first touch. Not quite the contact she wanted, but it very nearly turned into a good ball for Bright, and Bright couldn't force it home from close range. So Belgium survive again. 10 minutes in. England 0, Belgium 0. Scotland's women tonight in the Nations League. Tough double header for them over the next few days. Already 2-0 down at home against Germany, and at half-time Wales 1, Denmark 1 earlier on tonight. In Group B1, Romania 1, Northern Ireland 1. So Northern Ireland second in their group behind Poland, who've won all 3 games. Poland beating Bosnia-Herzegovina 5-1 this afternoon. Williamson out to Bronze. England inside their own half. Pretty much a sellout inside Ashton Gate this evening. Lovely evening to be watching your football. I arrived early, a few hours before kick-off, and you could see all the fans in the replica shirts, short sleeve, basking in the sunshine. Few empty red seats sort of dotted around, but not many. James slides a pass forward to Toon, and a slight miscue from Toon. A lot of pace on the pass. It went past Niamh Charles and out for a throw, and Belgium are going to take that quickly, and Erlings is going to chase that down the right-hand side. She'll keep it in play. England in the white shirts get back behind the ball. Toon can't intercept that pass forward. Here's Erlings again, slight figure, opens a body up, passes back to Cayman, curling pass into the England box. Bronze volleys it away, and it goes behind for a corner to Belgium. And in this group, Spain 1-0 up away to Portugal. So the group table, it's suddenly gone to 1-1. Portugal have equalised. Portugal 1, Spain 1. So I was about to read out the group table as it stands, but that was as it stood. So we're going to get an as it stands in a little while. In the meantime, we'll concentrate on the corner for Belgium here at Ashton Gate. Plenty of dark red shirts gathered at the far post. Hannah Hampton stands, feet wide apart, still at the moment, arms down by her side as the corner is delivered, headed down by Van Havermaet. Falls here to Clinton, slightly scuffs the clearance with her right foot, runs up towards the halfway line and falls at the feet here of Jill Janssen. She can't quite decide what to do, comes back into her own half and uses the goalkeeper, Evra. Evra very happy when Belgium have the ball inside their own half to situate herself, Karen, very, very high up the field and pass out from the back.
I think that's an element of her game that she's really developed over the years. I think when we first started playing against Belgium more frequently back in 2017-19, she's known as a shot stopper, and she's really developed the possession game, and she looks confident. She's happy to take that high starting position and be involved in the attack, and it allows the centre backs to split and let the wing backs get further up the pitch.
England 0, Belgium 0. Karen Barnsley alongside us here, who won over 80 caps for England, part of squads at 6 major tournaments. That's what England are heading towards this summer. Got to be a foul that on Clinton. Missed-time challenge from Filtien, so free kick for England inside their own half. And this the first live commentary of the weekend on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Tomorrow's 5 Live Sport comes live from Aintree, on air from midday. Full commentary of the Grand National at 4. Mark Chapman and the team presenting live from Aintree tomorrow. Crystal Palace against Brighton, your 3 o'clock commentary in the Premier League. Aston Villa against Nottingham Forest. Commentary at 5:30. Rugby union action tonight, European Champions Cup, Northampton against Claremont. James Burridge.
Yeah, so Northampton have got off to a terrible start, 10-0 down early on, 12 minutes gone. George Merlo has crashed through and scored under the post for Claremont, and the kick going over, 2 kicks from Anthony Bellier there, 10. Northampton yet to wake up here, and they trail 10-0.
Commentary continues on Sports Extra. Thank you, James. Here's Kira Walsh for England. Slightly overhit pass. Toon can't get there. Cleared away towards the halfway line. Millie Bright flicks a header to her right. Leah Williamson is there. Just a tacit understanding between the pair who've played together so often at international level. And then Bright sweeps the ball low with her left foot to Williamson. Fires it out to Bronze. Bronze is closed down quickly by Filtiens. Uses the outside of the right foot to find Russo. Lays it off to Mead. Mead gets the cross in towards the far post. Headed away for now, but drops on the edge of the box. Driven shot with the right foot. Blocked at close range. Forced to Clinton. Deflected effort. And that goes behind for an England corner. England 0. Belgium 0. Thrilling attacking from the home team. And that was a well-worked move, Karen.
It really was. England are full of energy. The tails are up. Smell blood potentially. I think they look full of confidence. The way they're combining in wide areas, shifting the ball quickly in the central areas. I think it's just going to be really difficult to kind of create that space. There's so many Belgian bodies in the area.
Yes. Here's Mead waiting to take the corner. Loose bit of litter just blowing around just outside the box. Again, it's that arrowed one in to the edge of the 6-yard box. Headed away by Tissiak for Belgium. Niamh Charles is there for England. Across it comes to Lauren James. She's sitting deep inside the Belgian half. Charles gets it again, plays out to Clinton in the inside left channel, tries to turn away from her marker. Pace has slowed slightly here, and England have it on the left with Williamson. Forward to James, who's stayed onside. One-on-one with the tall figure of Van Havermaet. Gets the cross in. Filtiens throws herself at a header, clears the ball for Belgium. Bronze is there, plays back to Williamson. Williamson, first time ball to Walsh. Forward it comes to Clinton. Lovely touch and turn. Away she goes, and Van Havermaet, all she can do is drag Grace Clinton back and pick herself up a yellow card. England get the free kick. I would say about 27, 28 yards out in a central position. That was wonderful skills from Grace Clinton.
It really was. She found a great pocket of space just in front of the back 3. She opened up her body. It's a nice positive touch. Open hips, open shoulders, receives on the back foot and looks to drive forward and is pulled down by Van Havermaet.
So Beth Mead and Lauren James stand over the ball. That was another point of discussion in the Women's Football Weekly podcast this week. Lucy Bronze was asked which part of Lauren James' game impressed her most, and she said her shooting, and said it's the no backlift from Lauren James. Slightly different from a set piece. We can see this one coming. Drums are beating. Fans clapping hands together. Belgium have the wall ready. Beth Mead runs over it. James whips a colour just over the crossbar. Goalkeeper stretching. Might not have got there, but it goes behind for the Belgium goal kick. England 0, Belgium 0. Almost a delightful free kick into the top corner.
Looks like it just tickles the top of the crossbar, doesn't it, on its way, and it's a lovely shape. I think Everard did well, the Belgian goalkeeper, to move her feet and throw herself across the goal, but just a bit lower. I'm not sure she would have made it.
So Everard gets ready to take the goal kick for Belgium. England's head coach Serena Wiegman out on the side of the pitch, hands clasped behind her back as Belgium try to work it down the right hand side. Niamh Charles gets her body in a good defensive position, blocks the ball, and it goes out for a throw into England, which Charles takes herself, goes quickly down the left hand side. Russo tries to hold it up. She's tackled. Here's Van Havermaet, left-footed pass. Bright intercepts for England. It falls to Clinton. Clinton turns, passes England into trouble, though. It's given away, and Erling's a little back heel on the spin. She's fouled. Belgium get a free kick. Scotland-Germany latest, Gavin Wallace.
Only 5 minutes or so away from half-time. Scotland 0, Germany 2. The goals coming from Sens and the own goal from Howard. Just before you came to me, really, Jill Brand had an effort at goal, well saved by Alexander. Scotland, though, struggling to get a foothold in this. It's Scotland 0, Germany 2.
This is Group A3. Portugal 1, Spain 1 in the other game tonight. Group as it stands, you've got Portugal and England both on 5 points, Spain on 4. Belgium on 1. I'll explain the importance of the Nations League to you when I get a chance, but Cayman's going to take the free kick for Belgium towards the far post. Tissiak was on the run, sticks out a left leg, it comes off her shin and goes behind for the goal kick. So the Nations League obviously is a competition within itself, and if you can win the group, you can qualify for the semi-finals and final. So England obviously want to win silverware and try and do that. But it's also important in terms of qualifying for the next World Cup. If you can finish in the top 2 in one of the groups in the A-League, then you automatically go into the top division of qualifying for World Cup. And if you can win one of those groups, you automatically make it to the World Cup. Great ball to Beth Mead, stretches, tries to get the cross in. Russo! Oh, it's hit the post. Lovely strike with the right foot. Back to Mead, driven across goal, blocked at close range, over the bar, and behind for yet another England corner. That was a wonderful, sweetly struck shot from Alessia Russo, and it's come flying back off that left-hand post. Karen Bardsley.
That was delightful. I mean, it all started with a really incisive line-breaking pass from Leah Williamson, but Alessia Russo, you just think she's shaping up to hit that first time, and it's got eyes for the goal, and it clatters into the upright. It's such a shame. What a great opportunity.
Yeah. Here's Mead with the corner. Floated deeper one to the far post. Van Havermaet heads it away. Toon brings it under control. Back to Walsh, across to Millie Bright, just outside the Belgian penalty area. Toon involved again, goes wide to Mead. Mead rolls it back to Lauren James, inside right channel. Left-footed cross in from her. Flicked header, and it's into the back of the net. And England do have the lead at Ashton Gate. It was Lauren James's cross into the penalty area. And I think Lucy Bronze has scored the goal on her 130th cap for England tonight. She found space inside the penalty area. She glanced the header towards goal, and then almost in slow motion, Nikki Everard, the Belgian keeper, couldn't get back in time to keep it out. And England have the lead. England 1, Belgium 0.
You're absolutely right. It was a wonderful, well-shaped cross from Lauren James, and it's the experienced head that it finds of Lucy Bronze, who just is able to crane her neck in some really unorthodox manner and just get enough on it to freeze Nikki Everard in the Belgian goal, and she's got absolutely no chance as it exasperatingly just goes beyond the goal line.
I think some of the fans inside the stadium here have only just realised that Lucy Bronze is the goal scorer tonight. That's appeared on the big screen, and you suddenly heard a massive roar from the home fans. Special night for Lucy Bronze. 130th cap for her and a 17th goal for England. She does it all for this team. Is going to be absolutely vital this summer. Euros in Switzerland, England's first game against France on the 5th of July, and very excitingly from the home nation's point of view, Wales in the group as well. Wales tonight in Nations League action, 1-1 against Denmark at half-time. Commentary on that game is over on the BBC Sport website and app. Williamson on the ball for England. Pitch is absolutely perfect here at Ashton Gate. Bristol City playing on it tomorrow, actually. 3 o'clock home game against Watford. We've got Middlesbrough 2-0 up at Blackburn tonight, so they're moving into the Championship top 6 if they win that one. But Bristol City currently 8th in the table, chasing those playoff places. Here's Lucy Bronze, side-footed pass with the right foot. Kira Walsh has made the run this time, gets her head up. Deep cross in towards the far post, beyond Toon, bounces inside the penalty area. Lauren James suddenly pops up, so there's danger for Belgium, twisting and turning. Jansen's not quite sure where she's going. James rolls it back here to Clinton, another cross in, which Mead tries to get to just beyond her, bounces twice and goes behind for the goal kick to Belgium. So midway through the first half, if people are just tuning in, Karen Bardsley, England lead Belgium 1-0. Would you say they deserve that lead?
I certainly do. I think, Belgium have had moments, maybe on the counter, they're trying to build and play through the thirds, but the dominance has all been England, and I think they definitely deserve it. I'll just make it as short and sweet as possible. But I do have to say, I do think that Janssen is going to have her hands full all night with Lauren James. She's just absolutely been terrorising that England left side.
Oh, there's James again. Good defensive work. Wins the ball for England inside the Belgian half. Russo onto it. Flick pass. Beth Mead's there. Thought she was going to score. Tried to hit it first time with her right foot, and the ball just seemed to squeeze under her studs. Very easily could have been 2-0. Let's get the latest on Northampton Claremont. Rugby Union Champions Cup action tonight. James Burridge.
The momentum has swung back Northampton's way. A kick from Finn Smith, followed up by a try from the England 10. Down the left-hand side, Alex Mitchell delaying his path beautifully. And then Smith with a touchline conversion of the highest quality. 10 points all, 21 minutes gone.
Commentary continues on Sports Extra tonight. Plenty more high-class rugby on Sports Extra over the weekend as well. Bronze, the goal scorer for England, to Williamson. Back to goalkeeper Hannah Hampton, who's not been busy so far this evening. Millie Bright taking her time inside the England half, so let's check in on Scotland, Germany in the Women's Nations League. Half-time, Gavin Wallace?
Yeah, just gone half-time, Ali. Scotland 0, Germany 2. Not a great start for the Scots. 2 goals down at half-time, and that first goal coming on 2 minutes. Gawain, the captain, with the ball in. It was a really good finish, actually, from Eliza Sens. And then Jill Brand put a ball into the box, into that corridor of doubt area, and Sophie Howard just decided to stick her foot out and slide on it, and unfortunately into the back of the net. Struggling to get a foothold on this. Scotland 0, Germany 2.
So rugby tomorrow on Sports Extra, for example. 12:30 Toulon against Saracens, 5:30 Montpellier against Gloucester, 7:30 Glasgow against Leicester. It comes thick and fast. This is the Women's Nations League tonight on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. BBC Sounds app, the place to go if you want to listen to us on the move, whatever you might be doing this Friday night. Here's Bronze, Lucy Bronze for England. Walking pace, Millie Bright. Good pace on that pass, though, out to the left, and Charles gets England on the move. Forward to a clubmate, Lauren James. Not quite enough on that pass to find Rousseau. James goes barging into another challenge to try and win it back for England. Belgian player is bundled over, but they get the ball back to the goalkeeper, Evrar. Evrar in the white boots to match the white gloves. Low pass out here to Amber Tisiak of West Ham. Jill Janssens goes back to the goalkeeper. Again, the other thing to tell you about tonight, Rugby League Challenge Cup action. Wakefield Trinity against the Lee Leopards. Has been a try, Sharon Shortall.
And it's gone the way of the Lee Leopards after some good early pressure from Wakefield Trinity. In the end, it was Lachlan Lamb who got the first try of the game, collecting a kick in field from Keenan Brand and converted by Gareth O'Brien. We've got 19 minutes of this half to go. It's Wakefield 0, Lee 6.
England's women 1-0 up against Belgium here. Spain, the world champions, 2-1 up now away to Portugal. So the group table changes again. England 7, Spain 6, Portugal 4, and Belgium on 0 point. 26 minutes gone, first half at Ashton Gate. The drum beat starts up again. The sky is darkening, floodlights twinkling, fireworks crackling ahead of the game as the ball is played forward to Rousseau, who is in just such good form at the moment. Not just the finishing, but the touch is so assured as well. England are giving the ball away. Now they've got some defending to do. This is Turlings driving forward down the right hand side. That looks like a good cross. Williamson back heels it away. Bronze stretches, gets a foot on the ball, and there's Rousseau trying to win it. Taloba flicks it up in the air. It bounces once, hits it on the half volley. Charles blocks it, and this might work out okay for an England counter attack. In fact, Lauren James says calm down everyone, takes a touch, plays back to Charles, and the danger is averted. Karen Bardsley.
I think that's the right option. There was no outlet, high up the pitch. Alessia Rousseau dropped into the midfield to help out. But what a delightful block from Leah Williamson. It was a good cross in from Belgium, and it just needed to take a little nick. And, when you're facing your own goal as a defender, it's such an awkward position to be in. So she handles that really, really nicely, followed up by the coverage of Millie Bright and the support from Ciara Welsh.
Toon. Back to Niamh Charles. Niamh Charles has to give that plenty because she could see Hannah Hampton, goalkeeper, being closed down by Erlings. Charles under a bit of pressure in the left back position, but very calmly passes back into the England area. Hampton opens her body up and just side foots a pass to Williamson. Belgium back off England here. A few of the England subs coming out for a first warm-up during the first half. Williamson into the midfield. Walsh goes with a longer high spinning ball brought down by Clinton on the right. Starts to run in field, and then the pass is just beyond Ella Toon. Long ball quickly in behind the English defence. Hannah Hampton sharply off her line, well outside her penalty area. Good couple of touches, and Karen Bardsley appreciating that.
Bit of a smirk on my face, yeah. She had a great start position from Hannah Hampton. She's alert, and I think that's one of the reasons why she's playing so much at the moment. High start position, and comfortable on the ball.
Bronze finds Mead. Mead's cross first time to Rousseau. Rousseau turning away from Iliano. Sees James in space on the left. Ella Toon's made a little run down to the left. Step over of the ball. Followed out there by Tisiak. Lauren James can't control the pass, and Belgium happy just to hack that away. Erlings can't get anywhere near that. And it goes out for a throw-in to England on the left. Another try at Northampton. James Burridge.
And what a try we have witnessed. Tommy Freeman in the corner for Saints. They basically turned defence into attack. Frantic defence on their own try line. They hoofed the ball downfield. Pollock won the penalty, and immediately they played at pace, got the ball out wide, 2-on-1, Freeman in the corner, and somehow Northampton have turned this game around from 10-0 down to 15-10 they lead with 26 on the clock.
Brilliant run from Lucy Bronze for England down the right. Space is opening up, takes another touch down by the byline, low cross right across the face of goal, goes skimming through the penalty area. It looks like that might go out for a throw into Belgium. No, Niamh Charles, what work to keep that in, little back heel, and then had to run past the ball 3 or 4 yards, and that gave Belgium a chance to build from the back. And here they come, but Clinton is there to step in and intercept for England, and Millie Bright immediately purposely striding forward, passes into the feet of Rousseau to Toon. Now Walsh, Toon again, continues her run through the Belgian midfield. Cross it comes to Williamson, run from Clinton through the middle. The pass is slid forward, might have been a handball there, yeah, came a little unlucky. It was flicked up by Beth Mead, caught her hand. That'll be a free kick to England. Blackburn Middlesbrough, ladies, in the championship tonight. Adam Cottier.
Middlesbrough are 2-0 ahead here after 8 minutes. They scored both goals. Tommy Conway and Sammy Illing Jr. scoring his first goal in English football got Borough 2 up inside those first 8 minutes. Blackburn have settled a little bit but still have not had a single shot. It is Rovers 0, Middlesbrough 2.
England 1, Belgium 0 in the Women's Nations League here at Ashton Gate. After Lauren James came so close with the first free kick, Karen Bardsley. This one, very similar distance, slightly to the right. James again, you think?
I imagine so, but what I'd quite like to see is just some creative play. I mean, they have the element of surprise. You know, can they utilize the width? There's a lot of space between the wall and the next player, Filchin's out.
Here they go, whistle's blown. James ran over it, passed it, then the pass is to Lauren James. Stands it up, far post, Williamson very nearly able to convert at close range. Millie Bright was at the back post as well. Bright chases the ball out to the left. Back it comes to Niamh Charles. Beth Mead is deepest England player now, still inside the Belgian half, centre circle. Finds Bronze. Bronze really had to stretch to control that ball. Forward to Williamson. Williamson under pressure, stabs it back, but past Bronze, so she has to go chasing back into the box. And you got what you asked for there, Karen. That was slightly different from the shot on goal. England worked something clever.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if the space is given to you, you have to take it sometimes, especially with some of that creativity like Lauren James. Like, that's screaming out for her to go and attack.
Bronze forward to Mead. England in the mood. Sliding challenge from Walsh was needed there to take it away from the toe of Erlings. Williamson, the England skipper. Left-footed pass to Toon. Toon darts in field. Little pass to Mead. Forward it goes to Rousseau, and the offside flag goes up. Rousseau suddenly saw the space, and she was heading towards goal. But Belgium will have the free kick. I agree with you, Karen. That's one of my favourite things in football. I think back to 1998 World Cup, and Argentina pulled a fast one on England. Do you remember that one? I think in the last 16, where they worked something a bit like that one actually round the wall. And in the last World Cup, the Netherlands did it, didn't they, late in the game, about Weghorst?
I just love the psychological element of the game, where you're constantly just trying to, gain an advantage wherever you can on the opposition. And I think Lauren James is exceptional at that.
Bronze stretching again, gets a foot on the ball, and then Beth Mead was looking for a pass to Leah Williamson, and Bronze unfortunately was in the way, and it just absolutely slams into her right shin and goes out for a throw-in to Belgium. 13 minutes left in the first half. Handing it back to Darren Fletcher at half-time. All the reaction to the Women's Nations League will be in the Football Daily podcast for you there tomorrow morning. Also on that Football Daily feed, the Commentators View podcast, which was recorded earlier on today with myself, John Murray and Ian Dennis, if you want to have a listen to that one. Iliano for Belgium at centre-back, bringing the ball out. Rousseau comes chasing towards her. Iliano with her left foot. That actually hits Erlings, but the offside flag was up against her. An accidental, decent bit of control, but it comes to nothing because England get the free kick, and they still lead Belgium 1-0. Cross it comes to Niamh Charles. Charles forward to James. As Karen was saying earlier on, heck of a task for Jill Janssens tonight to try and stick with James. She's got her hands full there, and you can see James is enjoying it, and Janssens is very clearly not enjoying it. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe what Lauren James does, but it's like the currents in the ocean, and she's just kind of
on a boat, just finding out where all the spaces are, and she just is an absolute nuisance to defend.
Yeah, she slipped here, Lauren James. That pass was meant for her. Would have been a difficult one to control, and it's gone flying past her and out for a throw-in to Belgium.
The game's starting to open up a little bit, isn't it now? And I think England look comfortable. They don't look like they've been caught out too much, in that direct counterattack or transition. They've been a little bit sloppy here and there, which is obviously something that they're going to want to tidy up heading into the second half.
Mexican wave is starting fairly half-hearted in the Dolman stand opposite us. We're in the giant Lansdowne stand alongside one of the touchlines here at Ashton Gate. Need Charles throw down the left. Russo, handful here for Iliano. She can't cope with Russo. Russo wrestles away from her, then runs into the penalty area. Ball just gets away from her, gets away from Toon as well, and Belgium eventually, rather messily, are able to bring it out with Filtiens. Back to Janssens. Now Janssens prefers it like that because she had the ball that time and Lauren James didn't. She was able to play back to her goalkeeper Everard. The Mexican wave has now reached the Lansdowne stand and is rippling its way to our left, and on it goes to the Atio stand behind the England goal that they're defending in this first half. The ball is with Belgium. Their captain Janice Cayman finds Filtiens on the left, just over the halfway line. Low ball up the touchline here to Erlings. Space opening up on the right-hand side. Janssens has made a good run into that space. One-on-one with Niamh Charles, brings the ball infield. James steps in to try and help out. Belgium keep it. Taloba is pulled over to the right-hand side. She receives that pass from Teurlings now. And England just being asked to do a little bit of defending late in the first half. Tisiak trying to charge onto a ball high upfield from centre-back, slightly overruns it. Here's Lauren James. Now that's Teurlings who just bounces off James there. James is almost toying with her, saying, come and try and get this ball off me. Holds her off and then finds Millie Bright behind her. Poor touch from Millie Bright, and the ball runs away for a throw into Belgium.
If it was up to me and I was in that England goal, I'd be disappointed with Lauren James just leaving a foot in. Just go and try it. Obviously not foul, but force the play wide, get up to the ball. I think once you're beat as a recovering defender, the inside is open to go and attack, and I think that's a bit risky.
Belgium have taken their throw. Here's Taloba. Taloba's cross, swinging one towards the far post. Bronze leaks in the air. The ball clears her. Erlings is able to chase and keep it in play for Belgium. Bronze is immediately breathing down her neck. Pass comes back here to Cayman. 40 yards from goal. Ball into the England penalty area. Headed away to the edge of the box. Clinton volleys it away with her left foot, and it runs to the feet of Iliano. We're into the last 10 minutes of the first half. Women's Nations League, Group A3. England 1, Belgium 0. England trying to follow up on that impressive 1-0 win against Spain when we saw them last at Wembley in February. But Belgium enjoying a good little spell late in the first half here. Cayman's ball to Missipo. On the turn in midfield. Down the touchline she goes to Erlings. Missipo busying herself again. England get bodies around her. She's tackled. Both sets of players appeal for the throw-in. And it goes Belgium's way. Cayman takes it. Beyond Filtiens. She couldn't control it. England have it back and England slow it down. Come back to Williamson. She looks up to see if the quick ball is on and decides against that and plays across to Bright just outside the England penalty area. Next break in play will take you back to the Cardiff City Stadium. Wales-Denmark's second half is underway in the Women's Nations League tonight, but here comes a chance for England. Williamson trying to release Russo down the right. Van Havermaet has it covered. Lengthy stride from the tall Belgian midfielder. Gets there first. Back to the keeper. Everard clears. Missipo tries to get to the bouncing ball. Mead gets her body in the way. Bronze is there. Bronze to Walsh. Clever from Walsh. Little outside of the foot pass back to Williamson. Tight space for Williamson on the right. Mead tries to get a flick header on the ball, nearly got a boot in the face there, but play continues, and here's Van Havermaet. Van Havermaet floats a pass with her left foot down the touchline to Erlings. Erlings to Missipo. Infield it goes to Cayman. Much better from Belgium this. Clever turn, back to Van Havermaet again. The attacking players start their runs ahead of her. Van Havermaet holds onto it for the moment. Then Tisiak, first time pass to Iliano. Belgium have it just inside the England half on the left, and Cayman plays forward into midfield. Little step over from Teurlings, then the flick pass forward for Missipo. She got away from Lucy Bronze, but the offside flag was up, So bronze wins the battle. Molly Stevens then watching Wales against Denmark.
Good start to the second half by Denmark. Wales need to pick up where they left off, control a little bit more possession to create some chances. Denmark have rung the changes. 4 in fact. Carrie Jones replaces Ffion Morgan then for Wales. 1-1 here.
Wales starting the night on 1 point in that group. Denmark on 3. Sweden, Denmark, Italy, Wales in that group in the Nations League. England leading Belgium by 1-0 here, and Lucy Bronze's pass is deflected out of play for a throw-in to England. So that group table as it stands: Wales 1, Denmark 1, Sweden on 7, Denmark on 4, Italy on 3, Wales on 2. Bronze's throw towards Russo, holds Iliano off, lay off into midfield. Mead plays it back to Bright. Ashton Gate looking a picture now because all the lights are going on the mobile phones around the stadium, so it's got that concert vibe. Feels like a summer evening tonight. Feels like a tournament game in actual fact. And Tiziak under pressure, bouncing ball, can only nod it out of play for a throw into England on the left, who would dearly love a second goal before half-time, and Russo in particular looks hungry for that. Beth Mead had a great chance to score it actually earlier in this first half and couldn't quite take the chance. But the movement from England is good here. Charles cross to Williamson, awkward one to control, lovely first touch, goes out to the left again. First time ball from Walsh, intercepted and out for another throw-in to England, which they wait to take on the left, and can't see Serena Wiegmann's face, but the posture and the stature still the same. Hands clasped behind the back, watching studiously. Never gets too high when England do well, never gets too low when it doesn't quite go so well for England. Let's not forget as well, with the Netherlands and England, has been the coach at the last 4 finals of major tournaments. So England hoping to do that again this summer. Mead's on the ball inside the Belgian half. Back to Walsh, uses Williamson. Then Serena Wiegmann just points and was with her left arm, was looking for something there from England. They've come back to the goalkeeper, Hannah Hampton.
I'm actually really happy with that. I think we saw a couple moments where Leah Williamson tried to force a pass and actually just wasn't on, and the high start position and the comfort from Hannah Hampton has allowed the back line to stay higher.
Van Havermaet's ball forward for Belgium, looking for the run of Taloba. Neve Charles having a good game, holds her off. Back to Hampton, and again there you go, Hampton's distribution skills. First time pass, clipped beautifully into the feet of Bright, and away England go with Ella Toone. Long hair flowing behind her as she runs. Millie Bright, pass out to Bronze on the right. Bronze takes it herself, brings it infield, gets away from Flit Jens. Kira Walsh, first time ball, releases Beth Mead. Beth Mead, low cross. Russo's first time finish, clips the outside of the post. The same post denies Alessia Russo again. And at the moment, the goal just won't come. 2 right-footed shots, and both have struck the same post. Karen Bardsley.
Oh, if only it was just an inch wider, I think that would have been in. But yeah, hitting the woodwork twice in the first half, exactly the same post as well, but it's well worked. I think central combinations with Kira Walsh opening up. Lovely ball in for Beth Mead. Can she be more deliberate with a strong diagonal run, cutting off the line of the defender to really challenge that near post? But lovely ball in anyway, and unfortunately, yeah, this game just needs a second goal, doesn't it?
3 minutes left in the first half. Lucy Bronze's header, the difference between the two countries. England 1, Belgium 0. Bronze lets that ball clear her because she knew it was way too long for any Belgium attacker to get to. Leah Williamson comes back, passes to Hannah Hampton, and Hannah Hampton, jogging forward, plays it to Millie Bright. Bright at walking pace, across to Williamson, wide to Bronze on the right, back to Williamson again. Hannah Hampton involved, wants something to do, left-footed pass from her, easy one to find Williamson. Williamson with her head up all the time here, looking for a runner. Beth Mead pops up in central midfield. First time ball back to Bright. Forward to James. Wide it goes to Charles on the left-hand side. Suddenly white shirts pouring forward, but Charles can't thread that one through to Toone. Cleared and out for the throw-in to England on the left.
You joke. You say Hannah Hampton's just looking for something to do, but really I think the higher start position means that the centre backs can split a bit more. They can be a bit higher. The spaces are compressed. They're able to win the transitions back and set Grace Clinton on her way.
Yeah, there we go. Walsh to Clinton. Toon stretches, can't control for England. Suddenly here come Belgium on a counter-attack late in the first half. Misipo looking for the run of Erlings. That didn't work out. Williamson intercepts, crashes a ball back to Hampton. Great first touch from the England keeper. This time goes long immediately, drives the ball downfield. That's intercepted by Tisiak, and it's Alessia Russo who's going to have to do the chasing for England back into her own half. And Belgium have it just short of the halfway line.
To be fair, that was well managed, that transition by Millie Bright and Leah Williamson. You know, their bodies are facing the goal in terms of their runs. Sorry, their body shape is stopping any forward runs and stopping any momentum for Belgium, and I think it was well handled. Hannah Hampton had to go long. There was no one to play with short. It's a good decision.
It's the voice of Karen Bardsley, former England goalkeeper, with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds tonight. Karen will be out in Belgium for the return game on Tuesday. You'll be able to listen to that on Sports Extra over on 5 Live on Tuesday night. Men's Champions League action, Arsenal against Real Madrid. Beth Mead on the ball for England, attacking position into the penalty area, thinks about the shot, delays, still going, left-footed shot, good save from Evrar at close range, denies Beth Mead and palms it behind for the corner to England. It's England 1, Belgium 0, it could be 4-0.
It really could, it should be, but what a lovely bit of skill from Beth Mead to kind of really, again, recognize that direct line to the near post. She tries to go on the outside, but cuts back, gets an opportunity on her left foot, and it's a good save from the Belgian goalkeeper, Everard. But yeah, really, this is what we were talking about, ruthlessness in front of goal. Really need to capitalize on these chances like they did well against Spain.
That save from Beth Mead. Beth Mead with the close-range chance she missed from that lovely floated ball from the left. Russo has struck the post twice. They've looked dangerous from set pieces as well. Here comes another one. Mead's corner, good flick, header. Millie Bright bravely throws her head at it at close range, nods it over the line, and England have the second goal late in the first half. England cruising against Belgium. England 2, Belgium 0.
That was so brave from Millie Bright. You can see the goalkeeper was coming, and she had a decision to make. Is she going to go with her foot? Is she going to put her body through it? I think most importantly, it just needed to end up in the back of the net. And Millie Bright is a leader. She leads by example. And it's a perfect way to end the half, isn't it, Ali?
Ball in the back of the net. Millie Bright in the back of the net. Belgian goalkeeper in the back of the net. And the half-time whistle has blown immediately. So England score with the very last touch of the first half. England 2, Belgium 0. Lucy Bronze with the first. Millie Bright with the second. Very quickly, Karen, before we hand back to Darren at half-time here on 5 Live Sport. What do you think Sarina Wiegman will have made of the first half performance?
I think generally she'll be happy. She's always looking at opportunities to improve, so she's going to want, you know, the girls to be tidier in possession, you know, be secure in terms of the ball, but I want more goals, I think is what she's going to say.
Just looking at Lauren James coming off the field there and just seemed to be moving ever so slightly gingerly and holding the back of her right leg. I wonder whether we'll see Lauren James in the second half here. England much the better team, and they have the lead, Darren. Half-time in the Women's Nations League, England 2, Belgium 0.
Ali, thank you. I've got to say, Karen, watching the first half and listening to the first half, they deserve at least 2-0 at half-time. It felt like an important goal, that second one.
Oh, bare minimum 2-0, I think. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It kind of really sets the tone, hopefully, for the rest of the game. I mean, the set pieces, hitting the crossbar, hitting the post, you know, the miss from Beth Mead at that back post, like, they're doing all the right things in terms of chance creation. Now, you just really have to be clinical because that's what wins you tournaments.
And Ali doesn't normally miss open goals like this one, but you made the analogy halfway through that half about currents in the ocean when you were talking about Lauren James. I can't believe he didn't ask for more on that.
Where did you want me to go there?
Where do you want me to go there, Darren?
Well, I thought we needed more pictures, ABB.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, well, the boat sort of. I was thinking Olympic sailing, actually, Darren. And actually, we've got the docks here in Bristol as well. So you're right, there is a sort of maritime history to the city as well. So I will take the admonishment at half-time.
If you have to paint a picture, I think the way she kind of glides across the pitch, she's constantly searching for the opportunities to kind of change direction and exploit something. So yeah, Olympic sailing. I think that's descriptive enough.
You see, that's a beautiful way to enter half-time from the pair of you. Thank you very much. So England 2 up at half-time. Portugal 1, Spain 3 in the other game in the group. So as it stands, England are going top of the group. And I think, Molly Stevens, you've seen another goal.
I have indeed. Denmark have taken the lead, and it's on the counter-attack from a missed chance by Wales' Hannah Kane. Amelie Vansgaard, 1-on-1 with the Wales keeper, keeps her composure, finds the back of the net after missing moments earlier herself. It's been an incredible passage of play, but it's Wales 1, Denmark 2, 73 minutes played.
So second half commentary to come from Ashton Gate, where England are 2-0 up. We'll return to Alistair Bruce Ball and Karen Bardsley after half-time. Let's check in with Scotland. They're playing Germany tonight. Gavin Wallace.
They're still down 2-0 at the moment, just as Germany down about to make an attack. And they score! Oh, it's sent off the post from the substitute, Koraziaki. She should have had a shot at goal earlier, and a goal earlier on in this half, but she'd just been slipped in onto that left-hand side, opened her body and her right foot beautifully in off the post. Alexander with no chance. Scotland 0, Germany 3. Great timing.
Thanks, Gavin. Perfect timing, as you say. Romania 1, Northern Ireland 1 is a full-time. Northern Ireland second in their group in League B. And I think, Adam Cottier, final few seconds at Ewood Park, Blackburn, Middlesbrough in the Championship.
Yeah, the half-time whistle, Darren, has just gone here to a chorus of boos from the home supporters. It's 2-0 to Middlesbrough. They scored both their goals inside the first 8 minutes. The first by Tommy Conway after 1 minute and 15 seconds. A brilliant touch. And then on his left foot, he fired it past Ainsley Pears. And then Samuel Illing Jr. made it 2. His first goal in English football on loan from Aston Villa with a deflected right foot shot from just outside the box. Blackburn have done nothing of note. Their fans are venting their fury towards the owners. It's nothing new in these parts, but the voices just seem a little louder, and their team heading for a 5th successive defeat under Valérien Ismaël. Blackburn Rovers 0, Middlesbrough 2.
Thanks, Adam. They've reached half-time in Rugby League's Challenge Cup quarter-final. Wakefield Trinity against Lee Leopards. Sharon Shortle.
Well, we thought this one might be tight, and it's certainly proving to be that way with just one try between the teams. Lee having the 6-0 advantage through a try from Lachlan Lamb after 19 minutes, collecting a kick-in from the wing from Keenan Brand and converted by Gareth O'Brien. It's been end-to-end. Both sides have had other opportunities as well, but so far, that's your lot. Wakefield 0, Lee Leopards 6.
Well, thank you, Sharon. There is a full time in the Challenge Cup quarter-finals tonight. Catalans have beaten Salford by 20 points to 12. So Catalans Dragons into the semi-finals of the competition. Don't forget, we've got second half commentary to come from Ashton Gate. England 2 up against Belgium. We're going to preview the Grand National as well before we get back there and tell you what's happened at Aintree today. It's all coming up on 5 Live after the latest news.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
This is Anthony Birchley. The actor and comedian Russell Brand has been charged with 5 sexual offences against 4 women, including rape, between 1999 and 2005. The Metropolitan Police began investigating allegations in September 2023 after reporting by Channel 4's Dispatches and The Sunday Times. Russell Brand's been told to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court next month. In a video posted on social media, he has repeated his denial of non-consensual activity. So Keir Starmer has held phone calls with the Prime Ministers of Australia and Italy as the government considers its response to global US tariffs. Downing Street said the 3 leaders agreed an all-out trade war would be extremely damaging. Dr. Arthur Dong is a professor of strategy and economics at Georgetown University.
The R word, or recession, is now coming into focus. And if these tariffs remain in place, the consumer ability to purchase goods at an affordable price, well, that's going to be called into question because inflation will now rear its ugly head. So the repercussions are certainly foreseeable.
More documents about the relationship between Prince Andrew and an alleged Chinese spy have been released after a legal case brought by the BBC and other media outlets. They include a witness statement from one of the Prince's advisors, Dominic Hampshire. He wrote that after the disastrous Newsnight interview, it was clear that the Duke's position was irrecoverable. And a quick look at the weather. Tonight's expected to be largely clear and dry. After midnight, low cloud will move in to eastern Scotland and parts of eastern England.
Into Walker! Walker scores!
When certain opportunities come, you have to take it.
The Manchester City club captain Carl Walker has joined AC Milan on loan.
I'm Carl Walker.
And I'm Michael Brown.
And welcome to the Carl Walker podcast with me in Milan and Brownie in Manchester.
Walker charges brilliantly.
You can ask us anything about football, our careers, and about Kyle's life in Italy, or just random everyday stuff.
They're the moments that you do pinch yourself in being a kid from Sheffield.
The Kyle Walker Podcast.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sport.
With Darren Fletcher.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Half-time at Ashton Gate, where England lead Belgium by 2-0. Back to Alistair Bruce-Paul and Karen Bardsley in a few minutes' time. Half-time in the Champions Cup rugby tonight as well. Northampton Saints against Claremont. Let's join James Burridge.
Northampton leading by 27 points to 10. They have been electric in this first half. 4 beautiful tries. One started off from Finn Smith. Tommy Freeman has been devastating. One Augustus has gone over just before half-time. But they were sluggish to start with. They were 10-0 down. But once they got going and found that cohesion, Paul Grayson, they have been a different level.
Absolutely. You can't control the tempo of the game if you haven't got the ball, and Northampton just simply didn't have the ball for the first 15 minutes. They were pummeled on their own try line by massive Claremont, Auvergne pack and back line. But they would have always wanted to keep it high tempo and try and run the legs off their opposition. Once they got control of the ball, that's exactly what they did. The more they did it, the more fluency they got, the more control of the game they've taken in the first half.
And Claremont have had 2 players already sent to the bin. Saints well in charge at half-time, 27 points to 10.
Thank you, fellas. Commentary on Sports Extra for that one. Timing not so good this time, but there's been another goal at Tannadice. Gavin Wallace.
Well, we can't have it all the time, can we? You know, you don't want to hear me all the time, do you? Right, though, not good for Scotland. They're now 4-0 down. Leah Schuller was slipped through. It was a lovely ball. Scotland trying their best, but Germany just a level above. Leah Schuller, Bayern Munich, gets through. She's one-on-one with the goalkeeper and slots it off to the goalkeeper's right-hand side into the bottom corner of the net. Scotland 0, Germany 4.
Thank you, Gavin. Now, odds-on favourite John Bond won the Melling Chase on day 2 of the Aintree Festival, making up for failing to win at Cheltenham last month. And the Topham Chase was won by 14-1 shot gentleman Demi. The focus now switches to tomorrow's Grand National. Last year's winner, I Am Maximus, can join the likes of Red Rum and Tiger Roll by winning a second consecutive race. To preview the race, here's Gina Bryce.
Yes, the Grand National, it's a test like no other. And tomorrow at 4 o'clock, you'll be able to listen live on 5 Live Sport. Cannot wait. We've got a defending champion in there. I Am Maximus returns to defend his crown 12 months later. What sort of challenge does he face? Well, I'm with our commentator, John Hunt, and Gold Cup winning jockey Andrew Thornton as we look ahead, John, to another fantastic renewal of this race.
Should be marvellous, shouldn't it? There's very, very few you can rule out. And even then, you'd be a pretty brave person to say any of these horses, 34 of them, can't win the Grand National. But you're right, I Am Maximus a good starting point. All I would say is that he was so impressive last year, but the Topham Chase on the Friday afternoon, that was run this year in a time 20 seconds quicker than last year's Topham. Very different conditions for I Am Maximus, and he's got more weight, so it'll be a great performance. He's the sort of horse who could do it, but I don't think it's going to be straightforward for him.
And Willie Mullins is mob-handed. It was perhaps a difficult decision for Paul Townend to stay, Andrew, with the defending champion. He had plenty of other choices in the mix.
I think from his perspective, I don't think he'd be able to bear to watch I Am Maximus winning the race with him not been on it, having ridden it last year. The general rule of thumb is, from a riding perspective, is you know, if you've got something you've won on, you stay on it. You know them inside out. You don't know whether the other horses will take to it or not. John rightly says that, you know, will the horse enjoy the quicker ground conditions? It's going to be good ground, good, slow-sided, good. But last year, it was soft all round. And he is a horse who just generally takes a little bit of warming up into his races. He has that tendency to jump left-handed. There'll be nobody on his inside, that is for certain, because you'll get wiped out. So I don't think it was a difficult decision, but Willie's got a lot of horses in there. But the owner as well, JP McManus, well, he's got a strong hand in here as well, Gina.
He certainly does. He's got plenty of runners and he's looking to make history in winning the race for a 4th time. Leading the British Challenge in his green and gold colours, John, is Iroko. The Irish have dominated in this race in recent years. Can Britain claw one back?
Yeah, absolutely. He's trained jointly by Oliver Greenall. Oliver was 15 when he first came here to Liverpool, and he came here as a special young VIP because his dad, Lord Dahlsbury, used to run the place here, so he's very strongly connected to Aintree. They seem to have got Iroko cherry ripe, don't they? And he's looked at an ideal national type for ages now. I think he's a big player.
He is the shortest of the British trained runners. Gavin Cromwell as well will be fielding one in the JP McManus green and gold in Percival Le Gallois. He's got some good chances though. Vanilliers jumped round here well before Andrew, and Stumptown as well. He's come the Tiger Roll route, winning the cross country at Cheltenham.
Yep, Gavin Cromwell, a man who's trained a champion hurdle winner, a Gold Cup winner, and he will be, you know, one of the elite trainers who's trained what you call the big three races, and to have 3 live chances within the top half a dozen in the betting is phenomenal. And Vanillier, well, he's been round here a couple of times before. Second 2 years ago. Last year it didn't quite pan out for him. I don't think he was quite himself, but since they put on the headgear, he's really come back to form. He ran well behind Stumptown in the cross-country race. That is a tried and tested route these days. The negotiations, the sharp turns, the different obstacles they've got to jump, and it's often not as tough a race as that, having been at Cheltenham only 3.5 weeks ago. So, yep, he's certainly got a great chance. And we'd have to also throw in Hewick, the cheapie.
Yeah.
Less than £1,000.
I don't think there's a better potential story than Hewick to potentially resonate amongst race fans, the day-to-day hardcore race fans, and the once-a-year observer who might just say, well, tell me a bit about this horse. And he's got an amazing backstory, hasn't he? Like you say, Andrew, bought for £800, went to America, tried a big prize over there, won the King George. Gavin Sheehan's back on board him, you know, celebrated famously his American win with a few pints of Guinness in his local pub, actually in the bar. You know, it's a lovely story.
Right.
It is indeed. Commentary of the Grand National from Aintree tomorrow from 4 o'clock on 5 Live. Now, England opener Zach Crawley lasted just 10 minutes on the opening day of cricket's new county championship season. He scored only 1 run for Kent in their match against Northamptonshire. Another England contender, Jordan Cox, scored a century, though, as Essex closed on 356 for 4 against the reigning champions Surrey. Full details on every match is on the BBC Sport website and app, where you can also find ball-by-ball commentary of all county championship matches this season. Heading back to Ashton Gate shortly for the second half of England against Belgium. Before we do that, let's nip to the Cardiff City Stadium and get the latest on Wales against Denmark with Molly Stevens.
Well, we've had a lengthy stoppage of play here. Carrie Holland, the Wales goal scorer, who has been superb this evening. She's down on the halfway line at the moment. The stretcher is on and she looks to be in excruciating pain. She's nursing her leg, and what a miss she'll be. She's absolutely going to leave the field. Wales 1, Denmark 2 at the moment. 85 minutes played, but lengthy stoppage here.
Molly, thank you. Right, time to head back to Ashton Gate. England with a goal with the last kick of the first half to make it 2-0 against Belgium. Your commentary team is Karen Bardsley alongside Alistair Bruce Ball.
Thanks, Darren. It's that time of year, isn't it? Just listening to you previewing the Grand National, talking about at the start of the county championship season. You as a golf fan will know what's coming next week as well, of course. Is he there? Go on.
I cannot wait.
You can't wait. Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
I'm like a kid at Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. The Masters starts on Thursday. 5 Live will be there as ever. We've got the preview show on Monday night. It'll be hosted by Mark Chapman at 9 o'clock, and we have got commentary on all 4 rounds from 8 o'clock Thursday and Friday on Sports Extra, and then on the weekend on 5 Live. Can Rory McIlroy win a first ever Masters and complete the career Grand Slam? It is going to be a fantastic week of golf. Second half is about to get underway here. England are leading Belgium 2-0 in the Women's Nations League. Half-time whistle blows, and there is a change for England at half-time as well. Early block by Alessia Russo suddenly has England on the front foot. Horde of Belgian defenders around Russo. They suddenly panicked there. Russo was getting away. They've stopped her in her tracks near the edge of the penalty area, and England work it back to the halfway line. The change, though, as we thought, we just saw Lauren James just feeling the back of her right leg, her hamstring, as she came off at half-time. So Lauren James is off, and she has been replaced by club teammate Aggie Beaver-Jones. Really exciting player, 21-year-old forward, winning only her 4th cap for England tonight. Great opportunity, Karen, for her now, because she's going to get a proper run at this.
Yeah, it's really nice that she gets an entire half to really have a go. I think she brings a lot of energy. She's got the quality in front of goal. She's got great little footwork. She can get the ball out of her foot, deliver a great cross or a shot on target, and she works behind the ball as well. So, yeah, great opportunity for her to really make her mark.
Belgium, though, in the dark red shirts, black shorts and red socks, attacking at the moment, dribbling on the left-hand side from Erlings. Tackle, Beth Mead is there. Back to Bronze. Clearance up towards Russo. Russo can't quite keep the ball for England. And so Belgium have it with Amber Tisiak. Belgium have lost their first 2 games in this Nations League group, although in the first one away to Spain in Valencia were leading 2-0 with less than 15 minutes to play. Shocked the world champions there. Spain had a lot of possession, a lot of chances. Belgium got 2-0 up, but Spain quite brilliantly came back to win it 3-2. And Belgium lost the second game at home to Portugal 1-0. And tonight they are 2-0 down here at Ashton Gate against England. Belgium, who will also be at the Euros in Switzerland this summer. Aggie Beever-Jones battling for the ball, does well for England under the watchful eye of the head coach Sarina Wiegman, wins a free kick just short of the halfway line. And so Beever-Jones replaces James on the left wing, Beth Mead's on the right, Russo through the middle, Hannah Hampton is the goalkeeper. Lucy Bronze at right back scored the first goal tonight, winning her 130th cap for England. Leah Williamson and Millie Bright, the 2 centre-backs. Niamh Charles is at left back. Blinding run down the right-hand side here, made by Williamson, cross in with her right foot towards the near post, too close to the goalkeeper, but England again exploiting that space. I couldn't quite believe that was Williamson. I had to double check that.
I was thinking that myself. I thought, you know what, Beth Mead's inverted, she's gone inside a bit closer to Lesia Russo, which has allowed Lucy Bronze to get round, but then suddenly out of nowhere Lucy Bronze comes inside and Leah Williamson is on the overlap, and I just thought, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Going full gas, Leah Williamson as well. Now that's a decent ball over the top of the England defence, and Lucy Bronze has got her hands full here. Erling's on the ball for Belgium, trying to work it onto the right foot. Bronze stands up, gets a foot in on the challenge, and England get enough bodies in there. Millie Bright with a pass to the left, and Beever-Jones did really well just to get a toe on that and nudge it towards Ella Toone, and England have it back with Hannah Hampton. So it's Grace Clinton, Kira Walsh and Ella Toone in the midfield 3, and that completes your England lineup. 3 minutes gone second half. England 2, Belgium 0. Another try in the Rugby League this evening. Wakefield Trinity against Lee Leopards. Sharon Shortall.
And we're all square. Wakefield Trinity flown out of the blocks in this second half and got a try through Matty Russell, who pounced on a ball, a kick on the last. It was allowed to bounce in traffic, and Russell was there first to touch down. Mason Leno adding a towering conversion from the touchline to make it Wakefield 6, Lee 6.
Beever-Jones looking for a first England goal, tackled inside the Belgian penalty area, appeals for a corner and gets the decision. England 2, Belgium 0. Catalan 20, Salford 12 earlier on in the other Betfred Challenge Cup quarter-final tonight. Wales 2-1 down at home to Denmark in the Women's Nations League, and Scotland 4-0 down at home to Germany. Belgium yet to make any changes in personnel yet. They're defending the goal away to our left in front of the John Attio stand. England take the corner short. Mead to Toone, back to Mead, right-footed cross, dangerous, punched away by Everard, did well because there was a whole clutch of bodies in front of her there. Mead gets it on the left-hand side. Back it comes to Clinton. Clinton, diagonal, lofted ball, and Russo tries a clever sort of lob header towards the goal, drifts wide and goes behind for the goal kick. So Belgium have Nikki Everard in goal. Amber Tisiak, Isabel Iliano and Janice Kamen, the captain, as the 3 centre-backs. Jill Janssens and Davina Filtiens are the 2 wing-backs. Jana Turlings, Justin van Hevermaat and Cassandra Misipo in the midfield, and Mariam Taloba and Hannah Erlings as the front 2. 10 minutes of added time in the Wales game. They're 2-1 down at the Cardiff City Stadium at home to Denmark. Commentary continues on the BBC Sport website and app. Throw in for Belgium inside their own half on the left, 10 yards short of the halfway line. Down that left-hand touchline it goes, nodded forward by Misipo. Bronze is there, controls it on her thigh, back to Williamson, up towards Russo. Couldn't quite hold on to that for England. Van Hevermaat plays it to her left, and Filtiens can't do much with that on the turn. Knocks it out of play for a throw into England, which they take well inside their own half, even though the ball went out of play further up the field. Just wanted to get on with the game here, and I think Sarina Wiegman will be keen that the intensity remains in this second half performance, Karen.
Absolutely. I think intensity in the runs that are going to obviously get the ball forward and the team forward, but also the ball speed, and moving this Belgian block, creating opportunities to play through, particularly in the midfield.
Clinton evades a challenge on the halfway line, left-footed ball through the middle to Beever-Jones, racing towards that ball. It's just beyond her, and Everard in a good starting position, scurries out to the edge of the penalty area, bends down and picks the ball up, bowls it out underarm to Iliano. Russo goes chasing. Everard with a Left-footed first-time ball to Tisiak. Wind still gusting up here at Ashton Gate. And Janssens from the right wing-back position. Can't do much with that. Back into centre of the pitch, Iliano. Van Havermaet, pass easily intercepted. There's Williamson driving forward again for England. Clinton towards Russo, trying to turn on the edge of the box. Clearance hits Russo, spins away, and goes out for a throw into Belgium in the left-back position.
I really like that, we're seeing Leah Williamson get more into the midfield, creating that overload, adding into that fourth number in the midfield. I think we saw her doing that a little bit in the first half. And she's so comfortable there. Obviously, she's had some experience as a midfielder as well before she moved back to the centre back. But it's just really nice to see that Serena Biegman is having that confidence and freedom.
Belgium have given the ball away. England 2-0 up. Grace Clinton hits one with her left foot, well wide of the target, always rising and behind for the goal kick. So Lauren James off, Aggie Beever-Jones on. We know you described Lauren James quite brilliantly in the first half. What does Aggie Beever-Jones offer England, do you think, that's different from Lauren James, Karen?
Like, is she a boat?
Yeah, exactly. Let's look for a different type of vehicle. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
No, I think she adds a great energy. She's really disciplined, really keen. She's going to drive the ball forward. She's going to put in good crosses. She can cut inside. She's a box presence. She's a threat. So now she just needs the experience, and I think this is the perfect stage for her, as we alluded to earlier.
Free kick for England. Taken quickly. Williamson to Bright. Out to the left-hand side. So England's left now is the closest touchline to us, high above the pitch in the Lansdowne stand here. So we get a good look at Niamh Charles playing at left-back for England tonight again. But the ball is now over on the right with Williamson. Delays the pass and back it comes to Hannah Hampton, the goalkeeper all in yellow. Flicks the ball out to her right to Williamson again. Williamson back to Hampton. Hampton gets underneath that clearance. It goes high in the air. Doesn't get much distance. Flitjens heads it forward for Belgium. It hits Bronze on the back. Falls to Williamson. She plays it upfield towards Russo. Russo does superbly well under pressure to hold on to that for England. And England suddenly find an opening and get the ball out to the left. And here is Beever-Jones. Beever-Jones brings it infield. Janssens sticks with her. Janssens, I guess, breathing a sigh of relief that Lauren James is no longer out there, but as Karen was just describing, a very different challenge presented now by Beever-Jones, who'll be mad keen on the left-hand side. She was just making a little dart in behind there, and England didn't see the pass. Here's Charles. A lot of movement from England off the ball. Toon tries to find Walsh at short range. England have lost it. Here's Janssens. Lofts it over the top. Earlings will chase. Hampton comes racing across inside her penalty area and collects the ball on the bounce.
I think when we speak about connections sometimes, it's about England in these wide triangles, getting the distances right. Sometimes there's too much support and you don't get your pass off, you don't break the lines, and it's just about finding that balance. Are you short? Is it medium? Is it long? Can you get your head up? Can you see the runs nice and early? Those connections are so important.
Bronze and Bright, the goal scorers for England tonight. Lucy Bronze with her 17th international goal. Millie Bright with her 6th in her 87th cap. Beever-Jones with pace was getting away down the left there. Janssens puts her hand up. I don't know whether she's apologising for the challenge or just accepting the yellow card. Knew she was in the wrong. She's actually taken a knock as well. The Belgian right back seems to be holding her left elbow here. Was caught as she made the challenge. England get the free kick and Janssens goes in the book. And now she's going to have to be careful on that yellow card up against Beever-Jones.
Absolutely. I mean, if Beever-Jones knows that, she's going to terrorise Janssens all evening now, trying to get in behind, forcing an error. And I think she's got the speed to absolutely make her life a nightmare in the second half.
Toon's pass intercepted. Belgium have it, bringing it away down the right. Little drag back by Earlings, and then Toon gets a footed and knocks out for a throw in to Belgium. England 2, Belgium 0. Another try in the Rugby League. Sharon Shortle.
And it's gone the way of Wakefield. A lovely break made by Ollie Pratt around the halfway line was followed up by Josh Roke, who galloped in beneath the post. Again, Mason Lino was converted. We've played 50 minutes here. It's Wakefield 12, Lee 6.
In the other code, commentary on Sports Extra tonight, European Champions Cup. Latest score on I can see, Northampton leading Clermont by 34 points to 10. Women's Nations League football. Scotland, Germany must be heading towards the full-time whistle, Gavin Wallace.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes away or so, Alex. Scotland 0, Germany 4. That latest goal came just on the hour mark. Leah Schuler was one-on-one with the Scotland goalkeeper, Lee Alexander. Scotland really trying. They've went 2 up top, but not really happening for them. Scotland 0, Germany 4.
In this group, Portugal 2, Spain 3. With about 20 minutes to play in that game. This is England 2, Belgium 0. Williamson on the ball for England. Forward to Kira Walsh. Kira Walsh floats it up in the air down the inside right channel, looking for the runners, but whoever that was aimed at, Beth Mead, I think, slipped and is now doing a shoelace up. So the pass turned to naught, and Belgium can start to build from within their own half. Here's Tisiak, right-footed pass to Janssens. First-time ball looking for Taloba. Bright's got it covered. Thumps it into the stands with her left foot, throw into Belgium. Replacement ball is quickly in the hands of Janssen. She wants to take that quickly, doesn't see an option, and rolls it back to Tisiak, who has the long plait down the back of a dark red number 4 shirt for Belgium. Belgium take the throw. Tisiak receives the ball again. Little pass here, an attempted back heel, doesn't come off. Rousseau, flick ball to Walsh. Tisiak makes the challenge. Out it goes for an England throw on the left. This time it's England who take the quick throw. Niamh Charles receives it, passes back towards Millie Bright. Bright plays across to Williamson. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Another England change on the way, which Karen Bardsley has just spotted. Goal scorer at Wembley in February, which beat the world champions Jess Park of Manchester City. Coming on shortly for England. Erlings to the left to Flitjens. Good run made by Misipo. Gets away from Bronze. Low ball into the England penalty area. Bright's in the right place. Clears it away first time. And out for the throw-in to Belgium. And Belgium are getting ready to make a change as well. I said this at half-time. This is we're going to have to concentrate, Karen, in the next 10 minutes or so, because I think we've got lots of changes on the way. Belgium have taken their throw. Cross comes in from the left-hand side, and Hampton leaps in amongst all the attackers and defenders, the dark red shirts and the white shirts, and makes a very confident catch. And you're right, Karen, is it a double change or a triple change?
Yeah, it's 8 and 20.
Yeah.
You can't really see from here.
De La Cow and De Troyer. Marie De Troyer and Feli De La Cow coming on for Belgium. Jess Park is waiting to come on for England. These two teams meet again on Tuesday night. As I said in the first half, we'll have commentary on that game on Sports Extra. Rousseau chasing. Iliano under pressure. Slides in, knocks the ball out of play for an England throw. The one thing I meant to do tonight, I completely forgot to do before the game, was watch Alessia Russo approach the pitch, because I learnt in Tony Livesey's international floodlit fact of the day this week that apparently Alessia Russo's superstition is to do 7 tuck jumps before making her way onto the field. So apparently before every game it's 7 tuck jumps before she comes onto the pitch, and there was so much going on before the game that I
forgot to take a look.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm going back in my head and I'm concerned that I need to see the optometrist, so I can't see those names from here, but anyway, that's beside the point. I think Chloe Kelly does something quite similar as well when she comes onto the pitch. There's a couple tuck jumps as well. It's a thing.
Okay, Ella Toon's off and Jess Park is on. What about you, Karen, pre-match?
I love
Anything?
the tuck jump.
Yeah. Was that? But did you have any superstitions or not?
I would journal sometimes, but I always thought superstitions, too much could go wrong, if you got it right, or if you didn't get it right.
Yeah, know what you mean. Here's Rousseau, the tuck jumper. Little pass to Bronze, looking for Mead. I think Mead's committed a foul there inside the penalty area. Bronze continued to hit the shot, and it was saved at the near post. So England lead Belgium 2-0. England have made the change. Belgium waiting to make the double change, and the full-time whistle has now blown in Cardiff. Wales against Denmark tonight. Molly Stevens.
Well, Wales remain at the pit of their group on 1 point without a win. They'll take a lot from this final home game before heading to the Euros against a top-class outfit, but we hope that injury doesn't rule goal scorer tonight. Kerry Holland out after she left the field on a stretcher. It finishes here. Wales 1, Denmark 2.
Also in that group tonight, Sweden beat Italy 3-2. So Sweden topped the group on 7 points, Denmark on 6, Italy on 3, Wales bottom of the group on 1. And Russo racing through the middle, trying to get onto a little header back to the goalkeeper from Iliano. But there was just enough on it to get it back to Evra, the Belgian keeper. We've played an hour in this international tonight. England leading Belgium 2-0. Belgium still waiting to make their second half substitutions. Iliano's low pass cross to the left, poor first touch. Mead gets a foot on the ball, knocks it forward. Iliano is there to tidy up for Belgium. High ball down the left. Misipo tries to control it on the right thigh, gets away from her and goes out for a throw in to England, which Lucy Bronze is getting ready to take. You do wonder with the second game on Tuesday night what Sarina Wiegman might do with the England squad that evening. I mean, every game now, Karen, we're so close to a major tournament, is crucial, but there might be players in here that she wants to see a little bit more of.
I think there certainly will be. I think she wants to get kind of really clear on what her substitution strategy is, and you can see that there's an interchange between obviously Jess Park coming on or starting the game as well. I think add Chloe Kelly into the mix, that will change things up. But you look at this, I think Nikita Paris did a fantastic job when she came on against Spain. She was really disruptive, didn't let Spain get any sort of rhythm and momentum back into the game, and helped England see the game out. So I think things like that obviously. But Maisie Simons, like the first camp, I don't think she's going to see the pitch. I'm pretty sure she won't see it in the second leg as well, but just experiencing the environment is going to be huge, and Serena will love to see how she reacts.
Misipo and Taloba have come off for Belgium. So Delacau and Detroya replaced those two. 17 minutes gone in the second half. 5 Live and BBC Sounds, live from Ashton Gate this evening. European champions England leading Belgium 2-0. Russo brings the ball down, turns away from Iliano, down to the byline. There's the cutback, intercepted by Van Havermaet, and Belgium able to clear with Iliano, but the clearance met by Bronze. Quickly forward to Russo. Bronze has continued the run into the middle. Cross comes in from Mead. Russo looking for the flick on Leaps, couldn't quite get something on it, but the ball falls to her. She plays it back to Walsh. Here's Mead again. Mead down the right for Walsh. Walsh gets a low cross in, blocked at the near post. Chance for Belgium to clear. Bobbled pass out is easily intercepted by Mead. Zipped in low to the edge of the box. Beaver Jones plays it back to Mead. There's Bronze. Then Williamson again. All this being done inside the Belgium half. Lovely threaded pass from Williamson. Finds Walsh. Early cross. Russo was looking for it, but goalkeeper Everard gets there first and clutches the ball and falls to the ground inside that Belgian penalty area. So 18 minutes gone second half. England 2, Belgium 0. Tomorrow's Premier League football show comes live from Aintree, 5 Live Sport, the Grand National. Full commentary of that at 4 o'clock. There's a good ball down the left-hand side. England suddenly find themselves prized open. Erling's on the left, takes a touch. England defenders racing back. Here's a chance. Substitute. Oh, over the bar, onto the roof of the net. It was Delacau who found herself in a good position. And I think Millie Bright actually might be taking the congratulations for a block on the effort, which sent it up over the England goal, and it's gone behind for a Belgian corner.
And that's the danger, isn't it? When you feel like you're comfortable, you feel like you're on top, you still need to take care of your positioning and your organization behind the ball. And I think Belgium have just shown that it wasn't quite up to scratch with the fullbacks up high and the centre backs exposed with 2 centre forwards.
Corner then for Belgium. And it's the captain, Janice Kamen, wearing number 11, away to our right in front of the south stand, holds her right arm in the air, delivers that with her right foot, real pace on that. Beaver Jones volleys it away for England. Belgium get there first. Kamen plays a nice little 1-2. Cross comes in from Janssens, great ball right across the face of the England goal. Just needed the slightest hint of a touch. That would have ended up in the back of the net. No one could do that, and it's gone behind for the goal kick. So still a little bit of danger from Belgium.
Yeah, again, another warning sign, another reminder to England that they really need to stay on top of their runners. It's a great ball in from Janssens. Coming away from Hannah Hampton, it's just curling away. It's enticing her to come out. And as a defender, again, when you're facing your own goal, you need to really be careful if you're going to get a touch on the ball to clear.
England 2, Belgium 0. Williamson under pressure is fouled, tugged back in the right back position, wins England the free kick. Rugby League Challenge Cup quarter-final tonight, Wakefield Trinity against Lee Leopards. Another try, Sharon Shortall.
Yeah, we've really got a game in our hands here. It's all square. Lee have now scored to make it 12 apiece. Tessie New, the centre, taking advantage of a drop ball from Josh Rourke, the Wakefield Trinity fullback, to charge in from 10 metres out. Gareth O'Brien converting. It is, well, an hour gone now. Wakefield 12, Lee 12.
Russo fouled for England here. They lead Belgium 2-0 in the Women's Nations League. So England free kick, 10 yards inside the Belgian half. A little bit scrappy there. Russo and Beaver Jones trying to work a 1-2. Wasn't quite as slick as they would have wanted it to be, but Russo did well off balance to keep the ball and win the free kick. Another change coming, do you think, Karen?
Looks like Nikita Paris is taking some information on board.
Okay.
Not quite stripped off, still got her bib on.
Yeah. Imagine that would be for Alessia Russo. Back up to her in this squad is going to be absolutely crucial. Here's Janssens for Belgium. Side-footed pass down the right. Delicau's lost it to Charles. Forward to Rousseau. Turns away there from Tissiak. Evades another couple of challenges, and the ball comes back eventually to Millie Bright. Bright just holds her right hand out, points the palm of it towards the floor as if to say, right, let's slow it down, get in shape and start again. Across it goes to Williamson, the bright orange boots. Little pass rolled forward into the feet of Rousseau. Turns and finds Mead on the right-hand side. Jess Park making her way into the middle. Bronze comes bombing down the right for England. Collects the pass. Mead makes a run inside. They back off Lucy Bronze. She sort of waggles her right foot in front of the ball as if she's going to play the pass. Then she does so. Mead lays it off. Brilliantly worked by England. Cross from Mead. Oh, that's a fabulous goal. Aggie Beever-Jones gets her first for England. But the build-up was sensational. Intricate passing on the right-hand side to pull Belgium apart. And then Beever-Jones times her run perfectly. Side foots home from 6 yards out. Special goal from England. England 3, Belgium 0.
And it's really well worked, isn't it? I mean, through the central areas, got some structure into the play. Ball out to Beth Mead on the right. And Jess Parks flies through the middle, doesn't receive the ball, and then gives the opportunity to Aggie Beever-Jones to attack that central space. And she does so well to present a nice clean surface. And she doesn't force it, she doesn't try to nail it, she just glides it on home.
That must be an incredible feeling to score your first goal.
I wouldn't know, Ali.
Well, I know, Karen, it's an unfair question to ask you, isn't it? I know.
I mean, it's like my first clean sheet. I guess that's essentially the same sort of thing.
There you go. Your first penalty save, maybe, for England. But what a night for Aggie Beever-Jones. Gets her chance. Lauren James coming off at half-time. England in the mood. Beth Mead. Beever-Jones! Oh, just wide. Similar run. Ran onto the ball. First time finish. Just past the right-hand post. England want more. They lead Belgium 3-0. Let's get the latest on Northampton-Claremont in the Rugby Union tonight. Champions Cup. James Burridge.
Northampton 34, Claremont 24. Just when Northampton thought they were clear, Claremont have come back and scored 2 tries. 20 minutes to go in this second half. Northampton leading by 10 points, 34-24.
Suddenly livened up inside Ashton Gate here. England very comfortably now leading Belgium 3-0. Belgium have given the ball away. Look at Beever-Jones onto that like a flash. Ball at her feet, edge of the box. Little pass to Jess Park, looking to get it back to Beever-Jones. That's blocked. Park then, little steps, scampers towards the ball. Keeps it for England. Clinton on the turn. 1-2 with Walsh. And suddenly the movement and the passing and everything seems to be clicking nicely for England. Niamh Charles just gets the ball stuck under her feet. Under a bit of pressure from Delicau. Turns away from her on the halfway line. Looking for some support here. Not really a teammate in a white shirt anywhere near. Does well to hold on and eventually floats a pass into the middle of the field, and Williamson brings it down. And the fans, I think, appreciated the efforts there. Those close to Niamh Charles, just the work she did to keep that ball for England.
But even off the ball, you could see that Ciara Walsh was trying to pin the midfield to create a passing lane, and it worked.
Rousseau released by Bronze down the right. Beever-Jones making ground into the middle again. Rousseau, little trick. Heads on the outside, gets the cross in. Beever-Jones making the run to the near post. It might fall to Ciara Walsh. She's not scored for England before. Free kick England. Rousseau, as she made the cross, was fouled. She's down in a little bit of pain at the moment. It might be her turn to come off in a second because Nikita Parris is now stripped off and ready to get on the pitch for England. And Esme Morgan now plays her club football for Washington Spirit. Over in the States. She will come on for England too. I think England fans, Arsenal fans, very relieved to see Alessia Rousseau back on her feet. Been a right handful again as centre forward for England tonight, and she will want this set piece to be delivered somewhere near her so she can finish her evening's work with a goal. England leading Belgium 3-0. Wales beaten at home by Denmark tonight in the Women's Nations League. And Scotland 4-0 down at home to Germany. What can England work from the free kick? 7 or 8 yards up from the byline on the right. Beth Mead whips it in with her right foot. Oh, it did nearly reach Rousseau at the far post. Headed away, chased by Clinton. Gets there first for England. 35 yards out. Clever turn from Beever-Jones. Nearly wriggled away down the left, and the ball's gone out for a throw-in to Belgium in the right-back position. So what have we got? 20 minutes left to play. England leading 3-0, Karen.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far from obviously the changes. Aggie Beever-Jones is impacting the game really well. Like I said, loves to get into the box. has a desire to get in front of the defender, and it was almost.
Yeah, here's Russo, edge of the penalty area, wants to shoot, wasn't quite there for her, across to Mead in the D. Belgian defenders all around her, lays it back to Kira Walsh. She'll hit one with the right foot. Low drive off the post, right off the base of the post. I was just saying, she's never scored for England. She won't come closer than that. Brilliant, fierce, driven shot. Goalkeeper Evra was beaten. England very nearly had a fourth.
I've seen her do that for Manchester City. I think I can count it on my hands, probably once or twice. But she's got it in the locker. She can absolutely whip it along the ground. We used to call it little worm burners, when it hits the post. It's such a shame that just didn't nestle into the side netting.
Right, Beth Mead's coming off for Nikita Paris. That's the first change. Just waiting to see the numbers going up for the second change as well. Beth Mead's appeared on the big screen. She's waiting here. No, Russo's number has gone up for Nikita Paris. I thought that might be a mistake. So Russo is coming off, and Nikita Paris is coming on, and Leah Williamson, the skipper, is going to come off, and Esme Morgan will come on. Full-time in Scotland, I think, in the Nations League. Scotland against Germany, Gavin Wallace.
Sure is, Ali. Scotland 0, Germany 4. Sense, an own goal from Howard, Schiller on a 1v1, but the goal of the night came from Koraziachi on 57 minutes. She played it in, got played into that left-hand side of the box, opened her body and whacked it in off the post. Scotland remain at the bottom, Germany at the top of the group. Scotland 0, Germany 4.
Thank you, Gavin. Throw in for England coming here at Ashton Gate. Breeze is picking up again. Just over 20 minutes to play. Paris immediately involved. Lays it off to Beaver-Jones. Curling effort with the right foot. Nearly got that right. Whipped it about 3 or 4 yards wide of the left-hand post. She, like Lauren James, a right handful.
She really is. Again, she's finding these half spaces. She's getting the ball out of her feet, and she's either going to drive into the area or try to curl it far post. And she looks so confident. I think she's taken that Chelsea form and brought it right into this England shirt.
Belgium have taken their goal kick. Tissiak immediately under pressure. Slices the clearance out of play. Thrown for England on the halfway line. And Niamh Charles waits to take it. So those Premier League commentaries tomorrow on 5 Live Sport, live from Aintree. Crystal Palace against Brighton. Grand National live at 4 o'clock. Aston Villa against Nottingham Forest at 5:30. Conor McNamara and Michael Brown with that one. You heard Michael on the show tonight. You can also catch him alongside Kyle Walker on the new series of the Kyle Walker podcast, which you can also watch every episode on the BBC Sounds YouTube channel as well. But if you want to listen, they're available via the BBC Sounds app, all about Kyle Walker's life at AC Milan. And I think in that first podcast, a conversation about when Zlatan Ibrahimovic might appear on the podcast. England leading 3-0 here. Erling's trying to get a cut back into the England penalty area. That's well worked. Comes back to Janssens. Cross into the far post. Challenge at the back post by Lucy Bronze. Belgium appealing for a penalty, and I can see why. The challenge from Bronze looked slightly heavy-handed, but the referee had a good view and has decided not to give it.
It certainly looked clumsy, didn't it, Ali? I think she realized that she was on the wrong side, and really she couldn't affect anything other than just to put a body on the Belgian attacker. Got away with one, I think.
Yeah, that was on Detroit. No VAR in action tonight. We do have goal line technology, but no VAR in the Women's Nations League qualifying group stages. Dillercow running forward for Belgium. Offside flag goes up against Erlings. Bright was in a spot of bother there. Relieved to see the offside flag, and that will be a free kick for England. Back to the Challenge Cup action. Rugby League this evening. Sharon Shortall, the latest.
Yeah, Lee are now ahead by 18 points to 12. A penalty just gave them the nudge of 14 points to 12 after a high tackle quite close to the line. But there's been an absolutely almighty mess from Wakefield Trinity. A loose pass right in front of their own post, picked up by Bailey Hodgson, who scored. The kick still to come. Lee lead by 18 points to 12 with a to go.
Belgium making another change here. Laura Delos is coming on, and she is winning her 100th cap for her country this evening. Number 22 for Belgium. Big night for her. Comes on with 15 minutes to play. I don't think anyone in this ground, apart from the Belgium fans, are any the wiser. Certainly not gone up on the big screen. But 100 caps for your country is some feat. Congratulations to Laura Delos. So she's out there for Belgium. They're 3-0 down. And the world champions Spain have now got a 2-goal cushion away to Portugal. 6 goals in that game. The other game in this group tonight Portugal 2, Spain 4. England's last 2 games in this group ahead of the Euros this summer. Portugal home on the 30th of May, and then Spain away. That is a really tasty looking fixture on the 3rd of June. Top of the group as it stands, England 7, Spain 6, Portugal 4, and Belgium at the bottom on 0 points. They've got the ball inside their own half. We're into the last 15 minutes of the game. Wisniewski of West Ham running forward with the ball, passes to her right. Janssens steps infield away from Charles, back to Iliano, the centre-back who wears number 5, the golden numbers on the back of the dark red shirts. Ball is threaded through, trying to get in behind the England defence. Bronze has got it covered. Back to Hannah Hampton it goes. Right-footed clearance up in the air. Bounces just short of the halfway line. Little knock back to Iliano. Wasn't the friendliest. Intercepted by Jess Park. England are in and looking for a 4th goal. 1-on-1. There's the finish. There's the roar from the England fans. And there is the 4th goal. 2 in 2 games for Jess Park. Nicked it inside the Belgian half. And the finish, as cool as you like. England 4, Belgium 0.
And it really came from nothing, didn't it? It was a clearance that we thought the Belgian defender Iliano was going to be able to manage. A bit of a bobbly ball, some miscommunication between the 2 defenders, and Jess Park is absolutely sharp to it. She's front foot. She's committed, decisive interactions. She drives into the area, 1v1 with the goalkeeper, and honestly, there was no doubt that she was going to put it to the left-hand side of Everard. Such a confident finish from such a young player.
Yeah.
This is why she should be in this England shirt.
Well, that's the point, isn't it, Karen? How dare you leave me out? Beth Mead started tonight, has been excellent for England, as she always is. But Jess Park making the point. And Serena Wiegman as well, as you said, Karen, in the first half before the game as well. If you're going to win a tournament, it's about the squad. It's not just the starting 11.
It's about having that blend, isn't it? That complement of skill set and quality and characters. And I think it has it. It's just kind of waiting for the right moments to show itself. And I think that's a perfect example of, you know, someone like Jess Park who can unlock defenses and capitalize on moments like that. So key, so vital to winning major tournaments.
12 minutes left in this game. The 2 teams meet again in Leuven on Tuesday night. Full commentary on it on Sports Extra. Belgium attacking edge of the England penalty area. Clever little feat from Turlings. Another Belgium change coming shortly. Beth Mead is back there defending down by the byline. Ball, did it go behind for the corner? Yes, it did. For Belgium, no it didn't, it went behind, yes, but for a goal kick to England. So yeah, the return game on Tuesday, 5 Live Tuesday night, full commentary of Arsenal against Real Madrid, Champions League quarter-final first leg. Wednesday night we've got full commentary of Paris Saint-Germain against Aston Villa, and Thursday night we're in France for full commentary of Lyon against Manchester United. And as I said at the start of the half, that also that night is first round of the Masters. Full commentary on that first round on Sports Extra from 8 o'clock in the evening. England playing a bit of keep ball inside their own half. Tight spaces. Beaver Jones turns into a tackle and it goes out for a throw into England in the left back position. Jess Carter waiting to come on for England. That's going to happen right now. Started 5 out of the 6 games at the World Cup 2023. England going on to lose that final to Spain. Huge roar for Millie Bright, scoring her 6th international goal tonight. She's going to get a breather. Leah Williamson, her fellow centre-back, off before her. Jess Carter warmly cheered onto the field as well. And she goes running back into position for England as they wait to take this throw with 10 minutes to play. All the reaction to tonight's football in the Football Daily podcast, which is available for you on the BBC Sounds app on the Football Daily feed. The commentator's view is there for you as well. And just talking about those Champions League commentaries next week, the Match of the Day top 10 Champions League episodes are now there for you. All of them available on the BBC Sounds app, and the first 5 of those, if you want to watch them, are on the iPlayer as well. Here's Beaver Jones running with the ball at her feet, holding off the challenge of Janssens, who tried to follow her. Esme Morgan, a lean figure in the defence for England, passes forward. Lucy Bronze is there. Back it comes into the midfield. Kira Walsh keeps it ticking over. Nearly lost by Beaver Jones. England have it again though. Charles out to the left-hand side. Finds Park. Oh, nice body movement from Nikita Paris to hold off the defender. Floats the ball in towards Beth Mead. Defender read that. Heads it away. That was Delos. Cleared up the left-hand side for Belgium. Morgan tries to intercept. Little battle out there with Erlings. The ball stays in play. England keep it. And Jess Carter gets her first touch of the evening. Kira Walsh, as ever, supremely composed on the ball. Just rolls it under the studs of her right boot. Morgan tries to feed one through the middle. That's intercepted. Delacau into the feet of Erlings. Couldn't control it, the Belgian striker, and it comes through to Hannah Hampton. Has Serena Wiegman learned anything new about Hannah Hampton tonight, Karen?
I think there's an element of her start position and the communication between the back line. So I think they look quite comfortable with her being that high up the pitch and that high behind them in terms of being able to sweep anything up. I think there was one point where actually she came for a through ball and kind of had it at her feet, beat a line of press herself, and then played out ever so calmly. And I thought, yeah, that's brilliant, actually. Her mobility is very, very good.
Right, from that starting position now outside the penalty area, she has to backpedal because Belgium are attacking down the right. 8 minutes left in the game, and Belgium just looking for a goal. They're trailing 4-0. Janssens cross into the box. Carter gets a foot on it. Last touch came off a Belgian player inside the penalty area. Niamh Charles lets it run behind for the goal kick to England.
I had a quick chat with Jess Carter, actually, pitch side, just before the game, and she seemed like she was in really good spirits. It was really nice to see, that she has obviously gone out to New York, New Jersey, Gotham, and seems to be really settled there, seems to really be enjoying her football now. And, it's not been the best start, I think, for them. But, she certainly looks like she's self-assured, and it's nice to see her back in an England shirt, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yassine Blom comes on for Belgium. And so does Tine de Cagny. Just heard her name announced on the PA system there. 104th cap for Tine de Cagny. Yassine Blom on as well. So another two changes made by Belgium. The attendance goes up on the big screen diagonally opposite to us in the Lansdowne stand here. 23,202 inside Ashton Gate tonight. Capacity is somewhere near 27,000. I think it's just under 27,000, so nearly a full house here in Bristol tonight. And the England fans have enjoyed themselves. They've seen some good goals scored by England. 2 in the first half, 2 in the second, leading Belgium 4-0. And you sense they're not satisfied with that either. And there's a challenge from Beaver Jones, really committed footballer, throws herself at the tackle, gets a foot on the ball, and it goes out for a throw-in to Belgium on the right. Just inside the England half, I look away to my left, the skyline of Bristol shrouded in darkness now. It's the Atio stand away to our left-hand side. I just had to remind myself of the history of this football club. John Atio, famous Bristol City centre forward, had a look. He is the 8th highest scorer of all time in the history of the English Football League. So not just goals in the top flight, but in the English Football League. Scored all of them for Bristol City, 314 goals, very top of the list. A fella called Arthur Rowley, who was into the 400s, but that is some achievement, that, and his name is standing there boldly above his stand away to the left. You think of all the league football played in England down the years, to be 8th highest on the list of all-time scorers, Bristol City legend John Atio. Here's Jess Park, who scored tonight for England. Pass to Clinton, back to Bronze. Bronze feeds one down the right. Paris has made a good run there. Nikita Paris now plays a club football for Brighton. Back in this England squad under Serena Wiegman. Jess Park, busy as ever. Rolls a pass to the right. Clinton's there. Floated pass into the box beyond Paris, beyond Park. And picked up by the goalkeeper, Everard. 5 minutes to play in the game. And England lead Belgium by 4 goals to 0. And Karen, you'll be there in Leuven on Tuesday. And I guess the obvious message from Serena Wiegman is just go and give me that exact same performance all over again, please.
Yeah, exactly. I think the game state at the minute gives them so much more freedom in the second half. I was going to say second leg, but in the next game against Belgium. As there's a bit of a transition here with Niamh Charles.
Yeah, that's Delacau who's battling with Charles. She looked favourite to win it, but Charles has done well to hold her off. Forward to Paris. This might open up for England, actually, but they take their time here with Beth Mead. Mead to Lucy Bronze. Chloe Kelly's not going to be involved in that second game, but Fran Kirby actually might be. She's back in this England squad as well. Missed the first 2 games in the group, so it'll be interesting to see if Fran Kirby gets some football for England. Wasn't quite ready for this game. That's lovely again down the right from England, and Clinton still has the energy to bring it forward. Nikita Paris and Beaver Jones making ground in the middle. Great tracking back though by Janice Kamen for Belgium to get back and make a challenge. Paris keeps the ball for England wide on the right. Here's Kira Walsh looking for options. She turns back to Carter. Carter across to Niamh Charles. 3.5 minutes to play at the 90. England leading by 4-0. Carter on the ball on the halfway line. Thought about going back, decided against it. Charles stabs it out to the right here to Park. A little bit of skill from Jess Park. Oh, Belgium can't handle her. Getting away from Tisiak, drags her to the floor. Free kick to England. Blackburn against Middlesbrough in the championship tonight. What's the latest, Adam Cottier?
Middlesbrough are closing in on 5th place in this division. They lead 2-0. They have done since the 8th minute after early goals from Tommy Conway and Samuel Illing Jr. Not a lot has happened since. Borough cruising to victory. Blackburn 0, Borough 2.
And Batisiak with a yellow card for Belgium. Goals as they go in the Football League up and down the country during our 3 o'clock commentary tomorrow afternoon. Ian Dennis at Selhurst Park alongside Pat Nevin. Crystal Palace against Brighton, then Aston Villa against Nottingham Forest at 5:30. The leaders Liverpool, full commentary on them Sunday afternoon on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. They're away at Fulham. Brentford Chelsea you can hear on Sports Extra. Tottenham Southampton will be a commentary on the BBC Sport website and app as Mead takes the free kick for England. Goalkeeper comes, punches it away. Kira Walsh takes a touch, lines up the shot, big deflection, and Kira Walsh finally gets on the score sheet for England. A 5th for England tonight, but a first ever international goal for Kira Walsh, who always sits there at the base of midfield and directs operations. She's got a fierce shot on her. It took a massive deflection. She won't care. A dominant performance by England tonight at Ashton Gate. That's the 5th. England 5, Belgium 0.
I'm so pleased. I've got the biggest grin on my face for Kira Walsh. It's lovely to see that ball hit the back of the net, knowing that it's come off Kira Walsh's foot. I've seen her do that several times at training when I was still playing, and she just loves to linger at the edge of the area and put anything on target. And when there's that many bodies, Belgian bodies in their own box, is bound to take a deflection. And listen, based on the performance tonight, it really should be more than 5.
Yeah. England, well, it might be more than 5. They're still playing here on the ball. 89th minute of the game. Lucy Bronze started it off with a header in the first half. Then it was Millie Bright who scored the second on the stroke of half-time. England have added 3 more in the second half. They lead Belgium 5-0. And the full-time whistle has blown. Challenge Cup Rugby League action tonight. Sharon Shortall.
And it's Lee Leopards who are through to the semi-finals, outscoring Wakefield Trinity by 3 tries to 2. 4 goals from Gareth O'Brien. The tries from Lachlan Lamb, Tessie New and Bailey Hodgson. So it's Adrian Lamb's side that go through to the draw, which will be held on Sunday. It's finished. Wakefield Trinity 12, Lee Leopards 20.
Niamh Charles on the ball for England. Dominant performance, crushing win, 5-0 against Belgium tonight. Good ball through for Nikita Paris. The flag's up. She's offside. She was just about to pull the trigger and try and rifle the shot across the keeper into the bottom corner. Finishing in the second half, Karen, has been more ruthless from England, hasn't it?
It absolutely has, and I think it speaks to England's physicality as well. They just look the fitter, more dominant side. Looks as though Belgium have fatigued, and it looks like the spaces have appeared. And England were just sharper to everything. They just capitalised on everything.
Good sliding challenge on the halfway line. Then the ball is played forward for the run of Della Cow. She won't get to that, though. Hannah Hampton quickly off her line. She'll desperately want to keep the clean sheet. 3 minutes of added time at the end of this game. England 5, Belgium 0. They're going to be staying top of this group. Spain leading away to Portugal. The world champions Spain will be on 6 points, but England with the win will be on 7 points. They go to Belgium on Tuesday night. And then, as I said, the last 2 games in the group, Portugal home, Spain away. If you win the group, later in the year, you'll go through to the semi-finals and final, both of which will be played over 2 legs. Paris brings the ball down inside the Belgian half. Then she's tackled. It comes back to their goalkeeper, Evra. It's been a tough night for the visitors. Outclassed, really, trailing 5-0. Tisiak plays it out to the right. Della Cow is there to offer herself as an option, but England just keep harrying, chasing, pressing, putting the pressure on. Walsh forward here to Park. So clever with the ball at her feet, wriggling in and out of tight spaces. Couple of quick 1-2s between Walsh and Park. Great turn from Kira Walsh. Starts to bring it forward, tries to slide it through to Paris. That pass is intercepted. Delicau. Now that's a clever ball through to Van Habermaat. She looks tired now. Couldn't control it. England have won it back, and England quite comfortably knocking the ball around inside their own half. Karen Bartley.
It speaks so much to how quickly England are moving the ball and with the quality. I think that was probably one of the biggest improvements in the first half as well. They're much tidier in possession. And Belgium are chasing shadows, absolutely, from left, right, into the middle. Van Havermaat's covered loads of space, but not really been terribly effective tonight. So, yeah, well played to England, I think. But what I'm pleased about most is seeing a not nearly unrecognizable squad in front of us in terms of like the youth on the pitch, but also just the clinical ability, the ruthlessness in front of goal in the second half has just been, an absolute joy to watch.
Very interesting to see what Sarina Wiegman does with the starting 11 on Tuesday night. Hannah Hampton drills it forward with her right foot. Beaver Jones come chasing. Big head start from Jill Janssens. What have you spotted there, Karen?
She was just admiring that pass. It was lovely. It had some really nice weight on it. And she just kind of pokes her head around to see, if Aggie Beaver Jones is going to be able to get on the end of it. But I just love that.
That's quite a Jordan Pickford thing to do, actually. It's like a golfer hitting a tee shot and then leaning and just admiring and staring away into the distance. I think the golfer's equivalent is sort of the club twirl, when they know they've hit a good shot and then they spin the club in their hands and sort of let the club head drop into the palm of their hands.
But when you see that, you can just it's a player full of confidence, a player full of freedom, and when a player feels free, they play typically pretty well.
I think the offside flag is going to go up against Nikita Parrish. She's annoyed the decision's gone against her, possibly annoyed with herself. The ball was over the top, she was clean through, might have had a chance to add a sixth. There we go. Full-time whistle blows at Ashton Gate. Exactly the performance that England were looking for, because they backed up that impressive win against Spain in February. They won that game at Wembley by 1-0. And tonight, without putting any finer point on it, they have absolutely hammered Belgium at Ashton Gate. They've won 5-0. They could have scored 10. Struck the woodwork 2 or 3 times. Russo didn't get her name on the score sheet, but Bronze and Bright scored in the first half. Jess Park off the bench in the second half to score again for England. My favourite goal of the night came from Aggie Beaver Jones, because the build-up play for that one before Sheeside put it home was absolutely brilliant. And then a lovely finish from Kira Walsh to get her first ever goal for her country. That is a really good night's work for England, Karen Bartley.
It really is. I think they'll be buoyed by this. I think it'll be a nice, happy camp, when they get back to the hotel and head to Belgium the following day. And I think they can tell a lot of confidence from the fact that, I think perhaps Belgium were naive in their game plan. I think the space has opened up, particularly in the second half. But, you have to exploit that. And England did that. They moved the ball quickly. They played through the middle. I think they're really clever about how they played on the inside to narrow up Belgium and then hit on the attack in the wide areas. And like you say, I think Aggie Beaver Jones's goal was, really, really nice, well finished. But I think Beth Mead, may have not started this game tonight if Chloe Kelly was fit. So, Beth should be really pleased with their contribution, and so should all the subs. I think they changed the game when they came on.
5 goals for England, 5-star performance. Top of Nations League Group A3. Spain have won tonight as well, but England stay a point ahead of them at the top of the group. They'll play Belgium again in Belgium on Tuesday. Tonight, though, at Ashton Gate, it's finished England 5, Belgium 0.
Ali, thank you. So an emphatic victory for England tonight. More goals in the second half than the first. I mean, Karen, we said right at the start tonight that the previous performance was good. The win against Spain was good. Now it's time to really kind of turn it up and get ready for the summer. It felt like they did that tonight, England.
Yeah, no, they certainly did. I mean, obviously putting 5 past Belgium, in years previous has been quite a task. So for me, it's signaling intent, isn't it? I think they've certainly learned from the previous Nations League campaign, and I think there's been a real clear emphasis from Sarina Wiegman and the coaching staff about those connections in the final third, and it looks like it's paid off.
I mean, 5-0, Ali, and the reality is it could have been a lot more than that, couldn't it, had they been more ruthless, particularly first half.
Yeah, I mean, Alessia Russo was getting in some great positions tonight. She's in such good form at the moment, Darren. Very unlucky not to get a hat-trick last week in the Champions League against Real Madrid. Crashed 2 shots, really well hit shots in the first half. England were getting in down that right-hand side. Beth Mead was involved in that. I think Russo will be annoyed, actually. She's not got on the score sheet tonight. I thought Mead actually missed the best chance of the night. She was about 6 yards out. Cross came in from the left-hand side and just sort of miscued a finish there. The ball squirted underneath her right boot. But I think the thing that'll please Serena Wiegmann is to see the likes of Aggie Beever-Jones come on and grab her chance. And Jess Park left out tonight, having scored the winner against Spain. Real boxer tricks again tonight, scored again, so that's 2 in 2 for her. And as we were saying, Darren, during the commentary, that's what it's about. We know that, don't we? If you're going to win tournaments, it's all about squad strength and ruthless finishing in the big games against the best teams. England has shown a bit of that tonight.
Karen, how much of those two put themselves in with a chance of being starters then in this England team moving forward? Jess Park and Aggie Beever-Jones, who Ali was just talking about.
Yeah, wow. I think Jess Park has definitely put herself in the running. But I think Serena's always going to make the decision based on what's best for the team at the moment, particularly against the opposition that they're facing. So, but I think Jess Park would be fuming, that she didn't start this evening. So I think she came on with a point to prove, as Ali mentioned in commentary. As for Aggie Beever-Jones, I think, she's not maybe quite there yet in terms of starting. I think she will potentially be one of those impact subs that we saw so frequently in the Euros campaign in 2022, when Ellen White was playing in the 9 and Alessia Russo was coming on and making those impacts. That's potentially the role I see for Aggie Beever-Jones. But the exciting thing is the subs are coming on, the level isn't dropping, and they're impacting the game.
Karen, Ali, just stay there for a second. It's full-time at Blackburn in the Championship. Adam Cottier.
Middlesbrough have won this by 2-0 very easily as well. They had their goals in the first 8 minutes. Tommy Conway with an exquisite touch and left foot shot before Samuel Illing Jr.'s deflected shot from just outside the area made it 2. Blackburn were toothless throughout the match. Their fans voiced their displeasure towards the owners, and then later their manager Valérien Ismaël, who has now just taken 1 point from a possible 18 since he replaced John Eustace. Barrett in the playoffs, they win 2-0.
Adam, thank you. Let's get back to this then, Karen. So Aggie Beever-Jones scores her first goal for England on the night she wins her 4th cap. 83rd tonight for Keira Walsh, and she finally scores. You must be delighted for her.
No, I genuinely am. I think I've been, dying for her to score her first goal for England because, like I said, she works so hard. She puts herself in great areas, and she's so selfless in the way that she's constantly feeding other players into better positions or spreading passes. Like, she doesn't really kind of reap the benefits in terms of, the actual statistics. And I'm so pleased because she's got all the talent in the world. She can strike one heck of a ball. And I'm just, I saw her do it loads of times. Too many to mention against me in training. But yeah, to see it on this stage, it really, I feel really great for her. I'm so pleased for her.
I mean, one position that we spoke about, Ali, prior to kickoff was the goalkeeping position. Yeah. Hannah Hampton didn't have a save to make, so we don't know a great deal more about that, do we?
I think it's fascinating, this one, Darren, because Serena Wiegmann has a really difficult decision to make. So if you look at the European Championship qualifying campaign, Hannah Hampton started 4 of the 6 games, Mary Earp started 2. Since then, they've been pretty much alternating. Obviously, Hannah Hampton has now been in for 2 in a row. As you say, didn't have too much to do tonight. But I think in the columns, as Karen was explaining to me before the game, you write down your pros and cons. There aren't many cons for either of them. And I think, Karen, am I right in saying it's sort of, the particular strength of Hannah Hampton, and we saw it tonight because there was time to do it, is distribution. But Mary Earps has such sort of personality and confidence and experience. It's just going to depend. It's a gut call, isn't it, for Serena Wiegmann?
It really is, and I think it's not fair to say that she didn't have a lot to do tonight. And I think that's something that we need to start thinking about when we talk about goalkeeping, because you still have loads to do that kind of goes unnoticed just because you're not making saves. And your start position influences the height of the back line, which influences the height of the midfield, which allows the forwards and strikers to go and press a bit more effectively. And I think your communication and your presence, how you felt, is felt throughout the team if you're higher up the pitch. And it's not Hannah Hampton's fault that she wasn't really tested tonight, but everything she did today with her feet, her distribution, it evoked calm, I think, throughout the team, throughout the stadium. There was no sorts of intakes or of breath or anything like that. So I think she should be really pleased. The way that she can distribute, the way she can ping a ball, the way she's comfortable in tight spaces, it's going to be a really tough call for Serena Wiegmann, because I think Mary Earps offers something slightly different. It's not good or bad, or the presence is important. I think she's really good at claiming crosses and commanding her area. I think that's something that Hannah can improve on. But this is neck and neck, and I think it really just depends on if Hannah Hampton is selected to start in the Euros. How will she react on that massive scale? That would be her first major international tournament, and obviously Mary Earps has tried and tested it on that stage. So, it's stick or twist.
Yeah, spin a coin basically, Darren, I think.
Yeah, it takes you back to Ron Greenwood's days when he used to alternate Ray Clements and Peter Shilton.
Yeah.
All those years ago. We've seen it before in the men's game. Last one then, Karen. What will Serena Wiegmann have learned from tonight to take into Tuesday and also to take forward looking slightly further down the line?
I think the biggest takeaway that she can take is probably the fact that she can trust her bench. And I'm not sure she's always felt that way, particularly in the World Cup. Obviously, some injuries in the build-up to the World Cup in 2023, and you find ourselves in a similar position, don't we, with the likes of Georgia Stanway, Alex Greenwood, Lauren Hemp, not being available. And the fact that, that level didn't drop when those substitutes came on. I think there's a nice complementary blend of players and characteristics and profiles that Serena Wiegmann should be really pleased about. I thought the fact that they've managed obviously hit the back of the net is probably the biggest takeaway. Just keep doing the same that Aguilera Jones getting herself across the front of the goal.
Brilliant. Karen, Ali, thank you. England back in action on Tuesday against Belgium. Again, we've got full commentary on Sports Extra. Full time in Rugby Union's Challenge Cup. Northampton Saints into the quarters, 46-24 against Claremont. 5 Live Sport back tomorrow at midday with Mark Chapman from Aintree, the centrepiece commentary of the Grand National from 4. Thanks for your company tonight. Stephen Nolan's next.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.